Time for DC Divas football, the playoff edition tonight as the DC Divas play host to the Tampa Bay Inferno from the St. James here in Springfield, Virginia. Good evening and welcome inside tonight in the perfect conditions of the St. James. Scott Jackson and Rick Doc Walker with you here as we get ready for WFA semifinal action. Playoff football, Doc. There's nothing like it. A great atmosphere here tonight.
While you play at training camp, you're thinking about being here. And once you get here, you don't want to stop playing. This is what it's all about. You got to finish.
Well, the Divas are going to finish tonight. They're going to have to stop the big, tough running back of the Inferno, T. Roberts.
Yeah, that's thunder and lightning all in one. Who would prefer to run through you? I wouldn't want to be the person that's got to take on the initial contact.
Well, the Divas, of course, going to have to do a good job with T. Roberts, and the Inferno are going to have to do a really good job on Amanda Congialdi, the Divas quarterback.
She is a jack of all trades, master of all. She can run. You may not think so. She's elusive, but she's got a gun and will run you over if necessary.
Yeah, the lefty has been making big plays all season long with both the arm and the legs. And we'll see if the Divas and the Inferno have figured things out since the last time they played. A 38-28 Divas win, but that was several months ago. As we get you ready for kickoff here tonight, WFA playoff action, semifinals between the Inferno and Divas. Kickoffs coming up next.
Do you have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steam Fairs Local 602.
Welcome back inside the St. James, getting ready for kickoff here. DC Divas and Tampa Bay Inferno. Divas will kick it off. Inferno won the toss and chose to receive as we get ready for playoff action here. Of course, this is a big one tonight. The winner will go on to play in the WFA Finals against the winner of the Pittsburgh and Mile High City showdown. Of course, the Divas and Pittsburgh have split this season. They have not played Mile High City. So anyway, we're getting ready to start here. The Divas, Christy Kelly, will tee it up, Doc, and the place is lit, and a nice ceremony will get the game started with the national anthem and God Bless America, and I think the fans are ready here.
Yeah, very well done. Nice crowd, crisp. I think everybody understands that loser goes home. The finality in this is what makes this special.
So back to receive, 3 players on the Inferno include Amaya Baker, Jade Alexis Jordan, and also Meg Joyce back as Christy Kelly tees it up. Players standing about at the 20-yard line for the Inferno. And this will be, of course, the first game the Divas have played here at St. James since the 2019 season when they played all their home games here. So certainly thankful to be back in here tonight, not dealing with the 92 and the 99% humidity or whatever it is.
Amen to that.
And received this fumble, but picked up by Jordan. She heads towards the 30, cuts up towards the 35, pushes maybe towards about the 38-yard line. That's where the Inferno will start with good field position on their first series of the game.
Sometimes when you fumble it, juggle it around, it could be an advantage because the coverage team gets off pace. They're not accustomed to that. But the case for our club, they got the job done.
So Divas defense, a little different look here tonight as Ching Johnson will be starting at safety, and also for the Divas on defense tonight, Van Voorhees will be moving up to the linebacker position. Haley Van Voorhees will be playing outside left linebacker tonight.
Well, we know why the changes.
Yeah, you got to be ready to tackle. T. Roberts, the deep back, and the give from Brady. Roberts going right immediately. Arzu is carried a little bit, but finally gets her to the ground, but not after a nice pickup of about 5 on 1st and 10.
Yeah, Arzu was not shy. Made that initial contact. You got to set that edge. You got to make sure that she realizes it's going to be a dogfight.
Again, one of the keys tonight for the Divas, stopping this run. And
everybody was balanced up pretty well. The O-line did a pretty good job.
Arzu with a nice tackle. Good to see Flo back out there, getting back in the flow. First start of the season. So again, Roberts, the deep back. Under center, Brady Gibbs. Left side this time, Roberts. Not much there, but she might be close. Going to still be about a couple yards shy of the first down marker, so they'll bring up a 3rd and short.
Good inside runners. Keep those shoulders square, legs pumping. Lamont Jordan, if he's somewhere watching, I know he's smiling a little bit. All the good backs keep it square. They keep a low center of gravity, and they just keep moving the pile.
So they call it a 3-yard pickup, 4th to make that 3rd down and 2. 3rd and 2. Candace Brady, the starting quarterback. You'll see Bailey Drapala later in this game. At some point, most quarterbacks usually get on the field.
Doing a lot of swings in the pregame.
So out of the I formation, straight to the right side. Roberts has got it and then some. She's still on her feet. She's in Divas territory down to the 40. Pushed out towards the 30-yard line. Finally wrestled out of bounds at the Divas 32-yard line. So Roberts is off to a fast start.
Well, this is who she is. Good teams don't change their identity. Key was that they were able to get that edge and secure it. And nice bounce out. The inside there, you think you got it. And that's the play before. They contained her inside pretty well.
But T. Roberts off to a quick start here. He's got all the yardage so far on this drive.
And she didn't catch us off guard.
Nope, knew this was coming.
Got to stop it.
Yeah, Holmes is the fullback behind Brady and in front of Roberts. In tight formation here for the Inferno at 1st and 10. And it's working. Why not go to a false start? That's going to put him behind the chains. Yep. It's going to put him behind the chains.
That was self-inflicted pain.
So make it a 1st and 15. If you're head coach Candy Thompson, that is not what you want to see. You've got this good drive start. You don't want to hurt yourself here. So they'll move it back. Lori Johnson, the offensive coordinator, also the general manager's team owner, Jen Moody, unable to make the trip. She is expecting her first, and we congratulate her. And the Inferno and the Divas played a really good game a few months back.
Know who you are. TJ Cruz, monster, left tackle. Got to get his whole line some credit.
So Holmes is going to be next to Brady out of the shotgun. Brady back to pass. Got a receiver. Going to be short, incomplete. Tried to get to Meg Joyce, but just didn't quite get it there.
Yeah, that little bounce steady on that. Looks like that Davis.
We have Silent back there. Yeah. Janiyah Davis in the coverage.
Davis got in there. Good job.
Here's that big run. Here was the big run in the 3rd and 2 from Roberts.
Edge.
Right there.
Boy, that's pile driving you there. That's beautifully done.
And the sideline, fortunately for the Divas, is there because I don't know if anyone's going to bring T. Roberts to the ground when she gets that kind of head of steam. So Holmes remains in the backfield to the left of Brady. 2 receivers to her right, 1 to the left here on the near side is Joyce. Now the hand to Rutland, coming into the little jet sweep action. Rutland going to cut it up, not get much. Gets stacked up, maybe picks up 2 yards. That's it. So 3rd and 13.
Yeah, give Kerry Hall a lot of credit on this. She kept her eyes on the hips and don't get juked. And that really is exactly what the Divas needed.
Kerry Hall, one of the best tacklers in this Divas team, coming up with a big play. So 3rd and 14, they're going to call it. 3rd and 14 as the Inferno break the huddle. That 5-yard penalty really looming large right here.
I would be afraid to run it.
So Brady with Holmes to her right. Get him drop back to pass. She's loading up over the middle, overthrown and incomplete. And really never had a chance for it. The intended receiver was not getting up real slow. That's Joyce. She said she's all right.
Yeah. So I say when you got 3rd and long and you're not a really good vertical passing team, go to your strength. Because ain't nobody to guarantee you that you're going to stop that train from running down your throat.
Yeah, so it was interesting. Once they got to 1st and 15, all passes.
Yeah.
Did not try to run it after that. So,
man, you got a prize bull is running downhill with authority, and I'd give it a chance.
So let's see what they're doing. Are they punting or are they going for it? It looks like they're going to bring out the punting unit. Yeah. So coming out to punt, trying to pin the Divas back is Ashley Norris.
They took it down too long.
Now they're getting
to believe in themselves.
A couple subs in here late are the Inferno. Back deep for the Divas. Going to be Ching Johnson and Sienna Brent. Both standing at about the 5-yard line. Norris awaits the snap. Punts it end over end, bounces, and it's going to go towards the end zone, and that will be a touchback. So the Divas will get the ball for the first time after their offense was able to get a stop after a rocky start of that series.
Yeah, you look at the real estate exchange of where the ball would start now. I think that strategically was a bad move on Tampa's part.
Didn't really gain that much, really, 15 yards in the end. Yeah, 15 yards in the end. So
yeah, and you had, and it right from a running standpoint, they appeared to be unstoppable for a moment.
So 1st and 10 Divas coming out of the punt. Will be their first chance here on offense. Of course, Amanda Congialdi, the quarterback, who is our one to watch.
They need a couple first downs. They need to give their defense a blow.
She will have in the backfield with her Sarah Struber to her left. Got 2 receivers to her left and 1 to the right. Quickly passing it, and incomplete to Christy Kelly. Trying to get Kelly out there in the slot, but just an errant throw by Congialdi.
He worked on a lot of these things in pregame. At this stage of the season, that's got to be a gimme. That's not a complicated operation. They made it look complicated, but it really shouldn't have been.
There's Ron Prim, the offensive coordinator, head coach Ghost Marful, the Hall of Fame diva. And the give to the left is going to, the right side with Struber, and maybe the line of scrimmage a little bit, maybe half a yard.
You're right. Your eyes don't lie.
So 3rd and 10 coming up for the Divas. It's now 3rd down. So often in these situations this season, we've seen either Howell as the intended receiver or Blakey for Amanda Congialdi. So 3rd and 10. Should point out our score or our timer is not official. So loading up Congialdi, far side of the field. Got Blakey, and is she going to be shy? She might be
short.
A yard shy. Let's see what the official spotter. Yeah, they will. Now what do you do if you're Ron Prim? Do you go for it here deep in your own territory, 28-yard line?
Well, you got to feel your team. And right now your team is on his heels.
He's saying go.
Yeah,
no
I think
question.
you have no other choice. You can't turn this group back over to your defense.
Yeah,
you getting punched in the face.
Yeah, there was no hesitation there. So Divas now with a big 4th down in their own territory. Called about a 4th and 2. Struber the lone back. Congialdi trying to go hard count here, maybe trying to get the Inferno offside. She pats Wimberly. I don't know if they're going to run a play or not. No, they are going to run a play straight ahead. I don't know if she's going to get there or not. Push is going. The push is going. Where are they going to spot her? Tampa says no, she didn't get it. The Divas.
Well, you got to be able to believe in yourself at this time.
No, the Divas say they got it, and the referee, more importantly, says they got it. So the head official,
we heard Jones. The Divas in the tunnel right below us. If you can generate that kind of enthusiasm in a tunnel, in a huddle, then you'll be able to get a yard.
Divas able to get that yard, so 1st and 10. Boy, after the
look how high Tampa is. Woo. I mean, they're standing up there like they're at church.
Congialdi, he is a strong inside runner. So Struber, the lone back, trips to the right of Congialdi. Left-hander back to pass. Pumps, throws it over again to Blakey. Blakey's got it. Got a player to beat. Can she get it? And Jordan does a good job taking it down. That Baker does a nice job taking it down the open field after a short gain of about 3 yards.
The eyeball test now tells me that Tampa's not scared to be here on the road. I'll tell you that right now. And the Divas need a big play in the worst way. They need to get the crowd. They got to own this building. And in order to do that, they need a playmaker.
So Divas here coming up a 2nd and 7. Give to Struber, left side. She's got some space. Close to the first down marker and right on the first down marker. And that should be good enough to move the chains. And the officials say move those chains. So Divas first down as they are moving the football towards midfield here.
I'll tell you what intensity looks like. Jocelyn Williams, the right guard, made up her mind that nobody was going to stop her back. She's driving down 6 yards down the field. Boy, that was a brutal effort. She gave a great job.
Congialdi waits for the snap, takes it, back to pass, looking, throws it over here to the near side. Caught by Kelly, right towards another first down for the Divas. And that should be enough to move the chains as they spot her right at the 50-yard line. So another Divas first down, it appears. Now they're going to call it a 2nd and 1, make it just shy of the first down marker. So it's
I like up-tempo.
9
I
and
like
3/4.
hustle. I like that. Keep it going. They got to keep the pressure going.
Official will stop the clock here momentarily. He's saying first down. Now, I thought, it was clear first down. If you put your foot on the 50, that's where you needed to go.
Yeah, well.
So first down, Divas.
Tampa thanks him.
So 1st and 10, Divas at the Tampa side of the 50 now. Congialdi quickly throws it. This time to Lois Cook. She's got it. She's got a little space out there. And she's going to drag herself towards that first down marker. Maybe gets it. Yeah, another first down. Yeah, officials say move those chains. So another 10-yard pickup for the Divas.
Yeah, nice burst by Lois Clark. What Lois Cook did there, I like, is that she showed me that her head's in the game. Show me some intensity.
The Divas moving the ball. 1st and 10 at the Inferno 40 as this opening drive for the Divas has been a good one so far. Back to pass, Congialdi as over to Struber. Struber here on the near side gets a good pickup, about 7 yards, 8 yards on 1st and 10. So bring up 2nd and call it a 3.
Yeah, Kristen Kelly had good intentions. She wanted to block for her, but she didn't. Everybody's got to understand, you got to have 11 all on the same page. Tampa's not going to give you the game. You're going to have to take it.
So Struber next to Congialdi. He's got 2 receivers each side. He's at the 4 wide look. Back to pass, Congialdi. Loading up, going deep. And she's got a receiver there. Cook catches it. Cook towards the end zone. Touchdown, Divas. Lois Cook from Amanda Congioli. Get the Divas on the board first.
Give this offensive line some credit. Wait until you see this pass throw. Nothing happens without the biggins up front providing that. Lois runs a great route, maintains her competition, and shows you what a playmaker looks like under pressure.
Excellent catch by Cook and beautiful throw by Congioli. I mean, she never stopped. It's perfectly in stride. Looks like they've done that before. And the Divas on the board first. So coming in for the extra point, Emily Smith with Gabby Johnson holding. Of course, this is the first time they'll be kicking at these in the game this year in here. So see how that goes. You'd think being in an indoor situation is better, but
different surface.
Still different.
Yeah.
It all looks different. Snaps down, holds down, kick is up, and the kick is right through the uprights. 10 plays, 80 yards, and again, a 33-yard touchdown pass from Congioli to Lois Cook. Gets the Divas on board first here.
That's impressive. It's really hard, man. Tampa is no joke. They are real. Lois runs a great route, love catching with the hands, then get in the end zone. Know where you get paid. You get paid when you hit pay dirt. Love it.
Lois Cook, second touchdown of the season, and first one here in these playoffs for the Divas. And as we talked about going into this game, for Tampa, you want to limit the big plays from the Divas. That was one of their keys here, and that was what you call a big play.
Well, Lois wears a lot of hats in this organization. One of them is marketing.
That's right.
What better way to push your product by balling out?
Scoring touchdowns.
So her next meeting, she's going to go, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to introduce myself. I'm a baller.
That was a nice play. So back again deep for Tampa. It's going to be Baker, Jordan, and Joyce Cross standing around the 21-yard line as Christy Kelly gets ready to tee it up. So Tampa had a promising drive going on their opening drive, but that 5-yard false start penalty really was damaging and backed them up. They end up having to punt to the Divas. The Divas pay it off with a 10-play, 80-yard drive and a 33-yard touchdown. Kelly's kick, high deep one caught by Ramos. Ramos trying the right side. She's got the 30, and she's going to try to change fields. Gets held up, still going though, towards the 35-yard line. She'll get dropped there. Ivana Ramos, though, nice return for the Inferno. Will start their second drive at their own 35.
It's dangerous.
The Congioli on the season, and they're coming in 16 TD passes and 3 TD runs as well. So see the Tampa offense for the second time. Brady remains
important to see how your defense, how they react to having a lead.
We get Roberts behind Holmes in the I formation. Brady under center. Got receivers on each side. Give to Roberts.
Here you go.
Pushing ahead, but stacked up quickly, but still on her feet. Look at her fighting there.
Arzu
finally gets her down. Ball popped up for a minute.
Yeah.
Referees blew it dead, though. They're going to say down. She was down by contact at that point, but that was a good 4-yard pickup on 1st and 10.
Yeah, our old coach, Coach Bugle, man, he loved this outfit, the way they're determined. I knew they were going to run. When you run well, you just keep running. And you force the defense to stand in there and take it and show up. This is far from being over.
Still first quarter going on here. Again, our clock here is not official. It's being kept on the field. The scoreboard clock's also having issues, so hopefully get that fixed later. Here goes Roberts, left side. Got a lot of space. Got a first down a little bit more towards the 47-yard line, which should be wrestled down into bounds by Sienna Britt. Excuse me, make that Stevenson. Talia Stevenson.
Yeah, I like seeing this because this is like they're going to test your endurance, your physicality. They're going to just keep coming. And the Divas that time control the line of scrimmage, stretch it out. That's what you want. You secure the edge and stretch the edge out. Good job defensively.
That was Jamaica Sharp with the tackle. 21, big play there. Because Roberts had a head of steam. She gets in that corner. Who knows?
Oh, you know. You're in trouble.
Holmes in the backfield. Out of the shotgun is Brady. Get 2 receivers each side. Back to pass. Brady rolling to her right. Sharp chasing her, and she's going to throw it, and that's going to be caught, but out of bounds, I think. I don't know. The ref saying yes, catch. Wow. Great footwork by Joyce.
Good for her.
Woo. Meg Joyce, big-time catch.
Going with your bad self.
That was a good play. It looked like she was running out of real estate.
Yeah.
Got her feet in. Let's take another look.
It too.
They needed that play.
They had all the time in the world. Let's see.
Ooh, that was generous. Meg. Well, remember, it's just 1 foot.
Yeah,
though.
you only need one in.
No, I think she did get the one in.
That was awesome.
16-yard pass play.
Yeah, that's right.
No blimps allowed in here, unfortunately, because of the roof. So
yeah, you got to get a baby blimp.
So we've got Holmes and Roberts in the I formation once again. Brady under center. I think 22's about to get it. I think so. Great.
Kidding me? You better
Left
believe
side.
it.
Pushes off a defender.
Nice.
Still on her feet. No, get taken at Carrie Hall.
Yeah, boy, that's that.
Carrie Hall drops
What an
her.
effort. You saw it. You saw it. God, that's just, it is so difficult. The Henderson extended that play and never gave up on it. Watch it here. One thing you got to give Divas credit. Watch the pursuit. They're coming. Henderson holds on like a pack of wild animals coming after you. They never give up. Job well done.
So no gainer there on 1st and 10. 2nd and 10.
Well, I love this. Is my kind of ball game.
Holmes
Nobody's going to give up.
Holmes and Rutland in the backfield this time. Rutland the deep back. Pitch out Rutland. Make that Taylor. Excuse me. Go right side. Taylor's got space.
Nice block.
She's going to get towards that first down marker. Gets taken down, though, by Silent Davis before she gets there. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 3 after the 7-yard pickup.
Yeah, testing your fortitude. How tough are you? I mean, Holmes didn't give up, kept blocking. With a good back, if you just don't do a belly flop, and watch 18, fullback in the lead position, makes contact, doesn't flop, stays up high, gets the shoulder. Got to give me better effort down on the Divas side. Got to give Tampa a lot of credit on that. They took that yardage. Some yardage is given up, others is taken.
Kaya Taylor, 7-yard run. She averages 6 yards, as does T. Roberts per carry. So
yeah, that's awesome.
This is a heck of a back tandem. This is a heck of a back tandem that they have here with the Inferno. This time it's Rutland, the deep back, with Holmes as the fullback. Brady under center on the 3rd and 3. Give to Rutland left side. She's got the first down as she's taken down right at the marker. And, well, I don't know, maybe not. We're looking at the mark now. Just
Carrie Hall.
Carrie Hall again keeps her about a half-yard shy. So that's going to be 4th down. Call it 1. Yeah, 4th and 1. Which she looked like Rutland had that. From our angle, we're a little behind the play. So,
tell you what, linebackers, secondary, we've seen it all season long. Divas has dogs over there.
So there's a big 4th down coming up. You got one of the big moments here in this first quarter. Divas trying to stop the Inferno from answering their touchdown drive. 7 of the ball game here. Scott Jackson, Rick Doc Walker, Divas playoff semifinal action. They're calling it officially a 4th and 2. I think it's a little less than 2, but Rutland's the deep back. Give to the head to the fullback is Roberts. Play is whistled dead, and I think we got flags and a illegal. I think we're going to have a false start. Yeah, another false start on the Inferno. Wow. Divas got bailed out because
that was a jailbreak.
That play was there.
That was a jailbreak.
Roberts is the fullback. That was there for 6. Now what do you do? 4th and 7. Looks like they're staying on the field.
That's why it's such a great game.
Game.
Because not only do you have to be tough, but you have to be smart.
Right.
And you have to be disciplined. And you can't do it your way. You have to do it the way it's designed.
So Brady coming in with the play from the sideline. A 4th and 7 now. Need to get just inside the Divas 30-yard line for the 1st and 10 here to the Inferno.
Now, are you tired? This is where endurance comes in. This is the end of the season. What are we talking about? Trying to win a championship.
Would you be tempted to just hand it to Roberts and see what could happen?
You know what I would do.
Back to pass. Brady's not going to do that. She's going to load up. Got a receiver, Meg Joyce. Incomplete. A little bit of contact, but it was never catchable. Incomplete. So the Divas stop him on downs, and Brady's asking for a flag. She's not going to get it.
We got to teach Joyce how to complain. As a receiver, you got to be immature.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, don't act like you're mature. Pitch a fit. Try to draw a flag.
Yeah, she thought she got hit. I mean, I think
there
was definitely contact, but the ball was so high. Stevenson just went in there and made sure there was no play. But let's get to the Let's get to the 602 Steamfitters keys of the game. Tampa's was establish a run, check. Limit the big play, X. No, Doc, that did not limit the big play in the first drive.
Yeah, that's true.
See if they can do it here. So Divas in business, 7-0 lead. Second time on the field with their offense. And they false start. Now it's an epidemic. So a false start of the Divas. And that's actually fits in well to the Divas keys, because one of the things they talked about this week was not beating themselves, which they felt like they kind of did the first game against Tampa when they got the lead. They fumbled. They allowed
can't
Tampa
afford
to
it,
get
not against Tampa.
Yeah, don't beat yourself. And, of course, number one, they really struggled with so far, which is stopping that tough Tampa Inferno run. Keys brought to you by 602 Steamfitters. Appreciate their support all season long. Now a 1st and 15. Congialdi getting out of the shotgun. Stripper to her left. Looks like she's trying to load up under a little bit of pressure. No, up the middle. Got Britt. First down and then some. Across the 49-yard line into Inferno territory. Congialdi with a strike.
If you're not going to put more pressure on her, then you can prepare for your vacation to start. Because there's no way you're going to beat the Divas if you're going to give her that kind of time to execute.
She climbed the pocket and, boy, fired a strike. Two really good deep balls for this game so far from her. That one, of course, a TD pass. Officials blowing it, I think. The official timeout is at the end of the quarter. I believe that is the end of the quarter. Yes, that is the quarter break. So after one, Divas lead this thing 7-0. They'll switch sides of the field. And we will take a quick timeout as well, as the Divas have struck first here tonight and lead this WFA semifinal playoff game 7-0 over the Tampa Bay Inferno.
Do you have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steamfitters Local 602.
Back to live action real quick, and big play to Sienna Britt from Congialdi. Back-to-back big plays. I mean, you can see why Congialdi was in a hurry. She didn't want to stop at the quarter break. She is in a strike zone right now. Divas going hurry up here.
Yeah, O-line dominating right now in pass pro. And Tampa better get a remedy to it.
Yeah, inside the Tampa 30 are the Divas, 1st and 10. 7-0 lead here, start of the second quarter. Divas driving their second drive of the game. Hand to Hermione Buckman, who's in for the first time.
Yeah.
Pretty good inside run. Probably picks up about 3 yards. So a good run from Buckman, or her first touch of the game.
Usually speaking, if you have a really good running team, and they're probably good against the run, and we may be seeing a weakness.
So Buckman stays in the game, trips to the left of Congialdi. Receiver to the right is Navia Howell, and now Buckman's flip sides to the left side of Congialdi. Congialdi looking right the whole way, throws it deep. She's got Howell, catches it. Oh, incomplete, knocked out. Good defense there on the back end. In the end by Ivana Ramos with the play.
Great anticipation. Congialdi, what? Wow. You could see that. She put it right where it needed to be.
Emergency HVAC problem, don't sweat it. HVAC911.com connects you with licensed, trusted professionals fast, whether it's heating, cooling, or refrigeration. We've got you covered 24/7. Visit HVAC911.com and get the job done right.
Tampa they're enormous up front. And so you leave them on the field, make them rush the passer. They get slow, they wear down. You got a chance to take advantage of it.
So 3rd and 7 now for the Divas. They got to stack with trips here to the left. You got Buckman to the left of Congialdi. And again, Howell, the lone receiver on the right side. Congialdi looking left quickly to Kelly, who gets thrown down for a loss. No, that was not blocked at all. It was supposed to be blocked, but it wasn't. And that's a loss. So now 4th and 10. See what Ron Prim decides to do. They're kind of in no man's land. Looks like there's no decision. He's going to keep his offense out there. So 4th and 12, actually, as it's a 5-yard loss on 3rd down.
No panic.
So Christy Kelly with the really no chance to come in there. It's like Castro threw her down.
Size, yeah, man. Tampa's got to make a play if they hope to be in this bad boy.
So again, 2 receivers each side this time. Now Buckman goes in motion, clearing the backfield. It's empty for Congialdi. Stepping up, throwing for the whole thing. She got a receiver, Blakey, and she's looking for a flag. She is not going to get it, incomplete. So they're letting them get a little handsy on the back end, and this time the Inferno's defense gets a big stop when they need it.
Somewhere our buddy Fred Smoot is smiling. Looked like pretty good coverage.
Yeah. Dana Blakey thought it was a hold. She was not happy with that.
And she should. She should have been even more demonstrative, saying that I was, it was cheated upon. But that was pretty good coverage. I like the idea that the Divas are going for it because you're better.
Absolutely. I mean, punting from there really doesn't gain you anything, and obviously you can't. You don't have a kicker who can make it. You got to go for it. So.
7-0. That's not going to cut it.
Yeah, this is the way they've played all year. I mean, they've been aggressive, so that doesn't surprise me that they would come out and do that. So now, Candace Brady under center. She got Roberts in the backfield, but the give is to Rutland, left side. A lot of blocking in front of Rutland, a lot of running, but gets stacked up. Maybe it's a 6-yard pickup. Call it 5, so it brings up a 2nd and 5, but a lot of running there.
Yeah, they stretched it out, and that's what you want to do is don't give up that outside shoulder. Keep it inside and hope your teammates come to help you.
Good job corralling Shea Rutland, so 2nd and 5 coming up. But the Inferno, again, just a 1-score game. There's no reason for them to get off their bread and butter. They can keep pounding this rock. Again, T. Roberts stays this time in as the fullback, and has a little bit of a wishbone formation here. We got Holmes, Roberts up front of the wishbone. Give coming to Holmes this side. Holmes, though, going to get strung out in the backfield, and it's Davis, and then Carrie Hall finishes her off. Davis turned her around. Hall finished her off. I think Rouse was in there as well. I mean, there's a host of divas in there. But Anita Rouse, number 44, also made a play there.
Yeah, if you want to look how to set an edge, even if she kind of got outside, Gooden came in there and delivered a bolo block. I mean, she just would not be denied. Set that edge. Very impressive on the part of the Divas.
So that's a loss of 2, bringing up a 3rd and what they're calling 7. Brady, this time out of the shotgun. Got her tight end next to her in this formation. Meg Etheridge, back to pass, trying to get a little extra protection. Throws out here near side, incomplete. And that's going to be a 4th down coming up. So that time interesting. They put an extra blocker back there for Brady. That was actually Roberta Pass who stood back there.
Time.
So now it's going to be punting time for Tampa Bay deep in their own territory. So Divas defense to get the job done again.
You never get a chance to look back on it, but I mean, when you know who you are and what you do best, don't be afraid to keep doing it.
Ashley Norris into punt for the Inferno for the 2nd time. Back for the Divas, standing at about the 35-yard line. Right in front of our broadcast position, it's Sienna Britt and Ching Johnson. You know, if 25 gets in her hands, something good could happen for Washington. So the Divas, here's the punt. Norris punts it end over end, and it's going to be taken by Britt. Britt coming here near side. She's got the 40. 45, jumping towards the 50, gets stacked up there by Rutland. Good tackle in the open field, and the Divas will start 1st and 10 at their own 48, but good field position.
Yeah, they left her by herself. Nobody wanted to block for her, but she did the best she could, and good coverage.
So nice 18-yard return.
Yeah, you can't have perfect no-hitters.
on returns. There's some contact up front. You got to go after people.
First and 10. They're going to call it the 47-yard line for the Divas on the left hash mark here. 7-0 ball game. Divas on top of the Tampa Bay Inferno. Semifinal playoff action. Want to thank DC Events for coming out here and enjoying the playoff action tonight, joining the playoff push for the Divas. Also,
that's right.
The DC Defenders in their championship trophy, the UFL
Yeah.
here. Here goes Struber. Big run for Struber. It's about 14 yards on 1st and 10. Make that a 12-yard pickup on 1st and 10. They'll move the chains, so into Inferno territory right away for the Divas.
Power football. It's down to in Tampa. How you like a little bit of your own medicine? And you got pulling guards coming in, dunking. Great job. You know, big girl, light on her feet, getting around that corner. I love that.
Yeah. It was 76. Yeah, Jackie Duncan back in the starting lineup, driving her back. Of course, Jackie's from England. Bianca White, the far side, right side receiver, trips this way, but a give to Struber. Why not? But this time Struber is pulled in the backfield and dragged down quickly. Really good defense there on the front by Carrera.
Yeah, if Carrera doesn't want to be moved, you're going to have a hard time moving her. I'm going to tell you that right now. That is called an anchor. She does a great job.
She was in there. Nobody.
Well, teams that practice against good run-based teams are usually pretty good at stopping it as well.
That was a no-gainer, so 2nd and 10. Divas get in Inferno territory. Early part here of this second quarter. Now Struber goes in motion out of the backfield. Congialdi empty. Looking to load up. Oh, wide open. It's Britt. Britt, 20, 10. Can she get all the way to the end zone? Touchdown, Sienna Britt from Amanda Congialdi. Easy pitch and catch, and it's a 13-0 game.
She broke it open, and that's the kind of play. I mean, it's far from over, but that's a good way to take the wind out of the sail for the visitors.
People here in the St. James enjoying it.
Yeah, great atmosphere here.
What's nice because you got all the fans are kind of all on one side, and it really adds to the atmosphere, makes it louder, and I think it adds to the noise. Plus, we're inside, and it's terrible outside.
You'll never get me complaining about creature comforts.
So Christy Kelly in for the extra point. Johnson the holder. Kelly trying to make it a 14-0 game. Cap off this. What was a 3-play 52-yard drive and officially a 42-yard touchdown pass to Britt. And it's a low one, but it's a good one for Kelly. As Kelly is now, or Smith rather, is 2 for 2 on the PATs today. And Britt, a 42-yard TD reception. And those big plays have been adding up for the Divas here. You had the 33-yarder, to Cook, and now a 42-yarder to Britt.
Yeah, she opened it up. Now she's gliding now. She cut her engines down.
She did. Now, they don't have like one of those jumbotrons here where you can look up and see where the defense is. So she had to kind of do that on feel. Did a nice job with it. So Christy Kelly in to tee it up for the Divas. Back deep for Tampa is Joyce Ramos in the middle of the formation. And also Baker on the far side of the field. On the right side from our vantage point. Divas go right to left here on your screen in the black and burgundy helmets. Black on black and the burgundy trim and yellow trim.
Number 47, Christy Kelly to kick for the Divas.
So Kelly getting ready to boom it. Good end over end kick. Joyce is going to take it at about the 15. Heads up field's got the 20, 25, 30, still on her feet towards that 40-yard line, maybe just shy of the 40. The officials mark her not right at the 40, so good return there by Meg Joyce. So excellent field position coming up here for the Tampa Bay Inferno.
Our buddy B. Mitch, he would have approved of that. Don't mess around, get it, and go.
Thank you to Beatty Management Company for today's game broadcast. in partnership for their support of the DC Divas. Beatty owns, operates, and develops neighborhood and community shopping centers strategically located in the most desirable and productive markets throughout the greater Washington, D.C. and South Carolina markets. Thanks to Beatty.
Amen.
Great supporter of Divas football. All right, here we go. Once again, it is this time out of the shotgun for Candace Brady. Running backs on each side. Give to Roberts. Roberts going to try the right side. Cuts it back up. Gets about 3 yards in 1st and 10, but a good tackle again by Kerry Hall.
Yeah, that's good defense. I mean, Kerry is, you're looking for somebody to accept the challenge.
Yeah, 22 is accepting the
and
22
she's
challenge.
No question, boy. And you got to say to yourself, I might have to take a few aspirin tomorrow or tonight, but I'm willing to do it. And that's what 2-2 has shown us so far tonight.
Yeah, it's really been a 2-2 versus 2-2 kind of matchup, right?
Yeah, Deuce is wild.
All right, Holmes is the other back on the left side of Brady. Give, though, Roberts, left side. She's got some space, cuts it in the middle of the field. She's got a first down into Divas territory, lowers the shoulder, and gets taken down by Arzu finally at about the 46-yard line. So 1st and 10, Inferno on the move.
Caught the end crashing. And if you get that end on the edge, it comes down and crashes, and you pin them in, now you can open it up. Secondary help's got to be there. See, we caught her inside. Then the backer overruns it, and then you get a gap. They can correct that, but you better do it in a hurry. If not, that could be bad news for you down the road.
11-yard gain as the Inferno going left to right here. Red on red with the Inferno on the jerseys and pants, and, of course, the black helmets. Play action. Brady throwing it here near side to Joyce. Great catch. Meg Joyce 1st and 10. Going to be just shy of the first. That's an 8-yard pickup. A really nice catch. It's in good hands.
Well, Tampa has the will, and they got to remain confident. When you don't score first, now you're tested. She kind of pushed that bad boy out there and went right on the mark. That's a good catch.
You know, I wonder if, you wonder how the light plays here because this is so different, right? The lights are above you here. It's not like playing a natural light.
Right. You're right.
And I think so far it's been, nobody's really had any issues with it. It must have warmed up well. So 2nd and 2 coming up. I formation. Pitch back. And that's going to be Taylor trying the left side. Taylor's going to have the first down a little bit more. She's still on her feet. She's got the 30. Inside to the 25, I think, is where they're going to mark her out. Yeah, around the 25-yard line. But an excellent run there by Amaya Taylor.
Man, they're impressive. Because they don't even consider it an option to go down by the first person that hits them. Good backs, man. It takes a village to bring them down.
Yeah, Holmes just
comes
gets in the way.
She just runs through that. Get out of here. Good effort on the edge. Her teammates blocking for her. Looks like that might have been Joyce.
Yeah.
That almost got decapitated in there, but she didn't give up. She gave her body. I mean, this is a gutsy drive.
Kaya Taylor, big run there. So they mixed in Roberts and Taylor. Of course, Holmes leading the way a lot of the times out of the shotgun. This time it'll be Holmes with Roberts deep. Gives straight ahead. Roberts, she's got some room. First down. Woo! Arzu went rolling the other direction as Roberts is rolling, and they're moving the chains again. 1st and 10. We've got a timeout. Divas is calling timeout on defense. I think they want to stop this momentum here a little bit.
I mean, I just love the attitude. They come off the ball the way you have to. Nicholson down there, King. I just love the way the offensive line, they're aggressive by nature, and when you're a run-based team.
So Diggs with the stop there. So 6:02 left in this opening half. It's a 14-0 Divas lead. This is a big drive, obviously, for the Inferno. They need to pay it off. As you see, Pat Palinka is the first woman to play professional football, remembering her today here at this Divas game.
Right.
Had a moment of silence before the game as well. And as we mentioned, it's very festive here today with the playoffs and
that's
some shots of Pat there, signing the football.
Yeah. Breaking down barriers, man. That's what it's all about.
Now, after that timeout by the Divas defense and the defensive coordinators, both Willie Bennett and Alex Ruiz on the field talking to this group, trying to settle them down, also getting some fresh players in there, too. Looked like they might have subbed in during that timeout as well.
Yeah, this is a turning point. We'll look back at this.
1st and 10 from the 14-yard line for the Inferno. Brady trying to load up, rolling to her right. She's got some space that she wants to run. She tucks it. She's going. Brady towards the 7 where she gets shoved out. There's a flag on the far side of the field. I don't know what that is, and we'll find out here in a minute. Referees discussing that, if that was tripping, it looks like. Well, one official on the far side. Let's see what the call is. There's an 8-yard run, and then we're going to get a personal foul on top of it. That's going to be an automatic first down, obviously, and half the distance. Called an illegal hands to the face was the official call. So that's on the Divas, and that puts Tampa first and goal to goal at the 2-yard line.
Yeah, they didn't need your help, but I'm sure they'd be much obliged.
Yeah, this is this team, way they're running the football right now. They got it going. This is a big drive. As we said, they got to pay it off. Maya King checks in for
Can you imagine
Rouse
if
for
you're
the Divas.
trailing Tampa?
Yeah, this is why you want to be up on by
That's
multiple
right.
scores.
That's
And
right.
Give them credit. A lot of offensive coordinators panic, as you know, down 2 scores. They think
yeah.
that's the end of the world. But with under 6 minutes to go in this opening half, plenty of football to be played. Roberts, the deep back. It's going to Roberts. Of course it's going to Roberts. Puts her head down, barrels in to the end zone, and, well they're going to say shy. Somebody met her, the bottom of that, and that was Carrie Hall, of course. Who else?
Man, Carrie, what a game. Carrie Hall, she's accepted the challenge. It's personal.
Carrie Hall, number 22, met 22 in the hole.
Yeah, it's personal.
Kept her a half-yard shy, so Roberts looked like she had it.
Telling them, y'all stay on the sideline. I got this.
I think Carrie was the one we heard in the tunnel before the game, too. And
Man, that was awesome. I should have taped that.
So Holmes is the fullback up real close behind Brady. Brady's going to give it, though, to Roberts, the deep back. Pushes one player, spins around, gets to the end zone, and we got a flag on the play.
Yeah.
She got grabbed by the face mask, I
Yeah,
think.
she went high.
Yeah, let's see.
Yeah.
Let's see what the call is.
Was that Johnson?
I'm not sure if that was fifth. I thought that was Arzu maybe that got her in there. And they're asking now what are they trying to do here? They could use that to tack on the extra point and go real short on a 2-point conversion. I think that's what they're asking. The face mask on the Divas would put the ball. They take the touchdown, obviously, but then you can add it on to the extra point, would make it a real short 2-point play. Yeah, personal foul, another personal foul, face mask.
Personal foul, face mask call against the Divas.
So Roberts got it in there. They're going to kick the extra point.
Half the distance to the goal.
It's kind of strange you have a sledgehammer.
I'd be tempted to go for 2 every time. So Brady for the PAT. Unless they're going to take the penalty. Maybe they can take it on the kickoff. We'll have to see. Low snap, bad snap, but Brady drills it high and good. So 14-7. Divas still on top, but Tampa has gotten on the scoreboard. Let's get another look at this and see who grabs Roberts' face mask. Yeah, that was definitely Arzu that got her.
Oh, yeah.
She got Arzu with a good stiff arm, and then Arzu
Yeah.
got her face mask. And that
Good, yeah.
rolled in the end zone.
Sportsmanship. Love that.
So a 14-7 game. We got a good one here. Look, this Tampa team, if you saw the last game between these two teams, you know they're not going anywhere. And the thing that you got to love, especially the football you came from, is they don't shy away from doing what they do best, even if they're down.
I'm shocked in a pleasant way that they can't be bluffed out of who they are. And that's the worst thing about any team, and no matter what the sport is. Before you can beat a group, you got to know who the heck you are.
So yeah, they took the penalty as I thought they would on the kickoff. Mm-hmm. So they're going to be able to kick it off from the 50-yard line, and this is interesting because you could try to onside it here. This isn't the NFL where you have to tell them what you're doing. You can just do it. So
that's embarrassing. Hey, by the way, we're going to onside, and then you get it.
Yeah. Well, it's a low percentage play, and it's really bad when you can tell.
The ball bounces.
So the kicker will be trying to find out who their kicker. Okay, it's LaRae Jenrette, number 40, is going to kick it off.
Yeah, Jenrette's doing old school spatting. I like
She is.
that.
Old school, but she kicks it deep instead. Shing Johnson's going to take it at the 10. She's got the 20. Oh, taken down. Really good coverage. Who else? Ivana Ramos, who is a spark plug for this team. That was an 8-play, 60-yard drive just a moment ago from the Inferno that ended with that 1-yard Roberts touchdown run. And Johnson, who usually has big returns, got dropped down by Ivana Ramos, who just came shooting through there.
You want to know what want to looks like? Watch this. That's just somebody makes up their mind.
I mean,
I'm going to make the play, and nobody's going to stop me. Nobody.
Johnson's a 30-plus yard returner.
Yeah.
That's an excellent coverage by the Inferno. See if they can get some spark from that. So she's actually shy of the 20. So 1st and 10, Divas at their own 18, up 14-7. But now obviously a big moment here in this football game to get the momentum back if the Inferno, if you can pay off that touchdown with a stop. Whitney Sims in the game for the Divas at the back. Sims is going to go straight ahead. She's doing her best T. Roberts, but she gets pulled down in the backfield. Really good defensive tackling there from the Inferno on the interior.
Yeah, the Inferno have now decided that they're ready.
Yeah, Zania Williams,
Yeah,
the linebacker, came squirting through there, took her down.
And you never know when that moment comes. You know, you got to get adjusted, new building, time, whatever it is, but they look different now.
So Divas with 2 receivers here on the near side. Sims remains a lone back. Congialdi out of the shotgun. Play action. Looking to load up over the middle. Oh, into some traffic. Knocked down on the secondary. And that could have been dangerous there as Ashley Norris got her right hand on it.
Yeah, that was frightening.
There was a lot of red jerseys there. Not the cleanest of looks or windows.
I love it how momentum doesn't play favorites.
That's right.
Because 10 minutes ago, it looked all Divas. And now all of a sudden, that pendulum swings. We got a dog fight here, man. This is what it's all about.
This is a big play here.
Love
3rd
this.
and 10. You get off the field here for this Inferno defense. And you're probably going to get really good field position, too. So Sims remains in the backfield with Congialdi, trips to her left. One receiver far side is Howell. Back to pass, Congialdi. She's got time. She's loaded up in traffic and almost picked off again. That one went through the hands of Blakey, who was not happy with where the ball was intended, but
been quiet,
Castro almost picked it.
Yeah, Blakey has been quiet. Now I sense a little bit of doubt on the home squad side of the ball.
Yeah, that was a little dangerous again.
They played twice.
Telegraphing it twice, yeah. So now Christy Kelly on to punt it with her heels, touching about the 5-yard line.
Yeah, I get nervous whenever any side gets away from the running game.
So Baker back to receive for Tampa. Standing at the 50, or just shy of the 50, really. Good high kick from Smith. Drives back Baker to her side of the field and then take it down to the 49. Excellent job by high punt by Emily Smith. Boy, that was big time. They needed that and really limited the damages. But it's good field position either way for the Inferno, but it could have been a lot worse.
Shows you the benefit of teamwork on special teams. How everything ties in. Snap, holder, kickers, coverage people. And that's why it's a beautiful game when you see it all working properly.
So 1st and 10 from the 48 for the Tampa Bay Inferno. Coming out of the shotgun, or coming out of the, about 2:45 left in the quarter. Tampa Bay coming off the sideline. Brady in the shotgun with Holmes to her right, to her left, and T. Roberts to her right. And a give to Roberts going left side. Almost dropped in the backfield. Instead, she cuts it forward to get those shoulders moving and a 6-yard pickup. What was almost a 3-yard loss becomes a 6-yard run.
Little Franco Harris on that one.
What a great play. I mean, Sharp had a chance in the backfield. You'll see it right here, number 21. She had a shot at her.
No, you're not lying. I mean, they got good penetration.
Right
you
here.
think right there, nope, no, you don't. And then we got a little jogging, not sprinting, sprint to the football. You jog in the offseason. You sprint to the football, and you make that play.
So second, no, call it a 5-yard pickup. So 2nd and 5 coming up. Again, Roberts, this time the right side. Oh, she just throws a diva off her. I think that was Arzu who came flying through, and she just kind of slapped her aside, and she got another 5-yard run, which is good enough for a first down.
Yeah.
Roberts is rolling now. She is really feeling it. Looks like she's like that guy used to play with it, liked the ball more and more, and he got a little bit stronger as he went along.
That young man that wore 44?
Yeah, El Rico.
Yeah, it does remind you a lot of them. And
That
believe me, he's one of a kind.
Yeah, that should worry you for the Divas.
But the more he ran, the better,
Right.
and the more he wanted to, and the more trouble you were in.
That's what you're seeing this a little bit from Roberts here. Each carry, she's a little bit more.
Yeah.
Each drive, she gets a little bit
Yeah,
better.
he gets stronger.
Here she goes left side. Uh-oh. Going to break another tackle. No, that one. She was taken down, and the ball's popped out. The Divas have fallen on the football. Big play. What a big defensive stop there by the Divas. And you see Stevenson celebrating. T.J. Stevenson with a big play.
Yeah, boy, Rachel Cutts got away with murder on this one. Because she came inside. Nice inside play. Gets a helmet on the ball. Somebody
Right there.
jogging. Yeah, see, I don't.
Sharp made up for
yeah,
it. Sharp knocked it out, and Stevenson got it.
There you
Sharp,
go. Good call.
Missed the
right.
tackle last time.
Yeah.
Comes through big time.
Yeah, we got to we can't jog in the midst of a play, man. You got to, if you're tired, get out the game. You got to sprint to the ball if you want to win.
So after that play, we've got a timeout on the field. The Divas will have a shot to get the final say in this half. Should be coming up about 2 minutes, under 2 minutes left in the half. Under 2 minutes left in the half.
Big 2 minutes. I tell you what.
That's actually the 2 minute timeout is what we're seeing right now. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, it's
unfortunately the scoreboard clock's broken here, so for the
you
time
got a
part of it.
computer. You were born
Well,
with one,
yeah,
so you got a computer.
we're just kind of making it up as we go along here. But no, that's the 2 minute timeout, which of course is now in year 2 of college football. We play college football rules here in the WFA. I mean, I'm sure they didn't do it for commercials in college football. Of course, they did it.
Why would they do that?
Right, they just did it for
need the
strategy. It had nothing to do with trying to make more money off of anybody. No, absolutely not. All right, so out of the timeout, the 2 minute timeout. I don't think I'm allowed to say 2 minute warning unless I'm doing an NFL game, so I'm going to call it a 2 minute timeout. The Divas will have it 1st and 10 at their own 34-yard line after a big turnover. I mean, they needed that. That defense was looking a little bit on their heels there.
They were challenged.
Yep.
They were being challenged, but they lived up to it, and you got to give them the credit. You earned that.
Big play. Steam Fitter 602, looking for a career that builds a future. Steam Fitter 602 is more than a job. It's a brotherhood, a sisterhood, a path to success with top-tier training, great play, and unbeatable benefits. We keep the D.C. area running, the DMV running. Ready to join the best? Visit steamfitters-602.org. Loading up, Congialdi, get a receiver. It's caught. And a first down and 10 for the Divas, and that is Harmony Buckman with her first reception of the game.
Whoever designed the Steam Fitters logo, give them a Fun Bunch high five. Job well done.
It's cool looking.
I like that, yeah.
About $1:30 left in this half, and the Divas are in business. Of course, clock stops after the 24-yard pass play to Buckman from Congialdi. Trips to the right of Congialdi. Now Buckman's going to leave the backfield. It'll be empty for Congialdi. Throws it out here near side. Buckman's got some green space. If she tries to cut it up, good tackle there by Baker. Excellent open field tackle by Baker, because that could have been a huge play, but it was about a 5-yard pickup instead.
Yeah, and don't forget this clock, man. Don't forget saving time trying to score. You get a score following a turnover, you usually don't lose that game.
2 timeouts left for the Divas as well at their disposal to use. Congialdi back to pass, looking under pressure, throws that far side. Kelly makes a great diving catch near the marker. I think she is going to have the first down. I think the Divas now burn a quick timeout. Ron Prim wants to save that time. Excellent job by Kelly as Prim wants to call timeout to stop the clock, save it. But boy, Congialdi had to give everything she had to throw that ball.
Man, that was awesome. That was awesome. Oh, my goodness.
Get another look at this Congialdi pass.
Yeah.
She's under pressure.
She's a beast.
Oh,
You know
she
you're
didn't
gonna
even
get
follow
hit.
through. She got hit.
She
Her arm.
stood in there. You know it's going to happen.
What a great job by Christy Kelly to
Yeah.
get that. That's a big first down. So
Yeah. That's
Divas
getting
are going to
the
have
job
it.
done. That's
First-
getting the job done.
First and 1:10 left. 1:10 left in the half. They'll have it first and 10 at the 31-yard line of the Inferno, trying to pay off that turnover with a score. But a good first half, fast-moving first half, a lot of big plays. Both teams have really been able, at times, to get some serious momentum doing what they like to do on offense. And it's been a few mistakes by the Inferno that's held them back. That turnover, the false start before that fourth down killed them, too, earlier. They're deep in Divas territory. Mistakes.
You know, if you like tackle football, this has been a treat.
See the sideline of the Inferno over there with head coach Candy Thompson. All right, out of the shotgun, it's Congialdi with Buckman to her left, two receivers each side. Congialdi back to pass, looking, got a
Beautiful
receiver.
throw.
It's Kelly, catches it in the bucket, in the end zone, touchdown, Divas! Woo! What a pass by Congialdi to Kelly.
Dude, it's kind of hard to make that up. I mean, first of all, it all starts up front with the biggins. Great protection, good design, great call. She's special. I mean, we talked about her in the open as a dual threat. Duh. I mean, what more do you need to see? I mean, who's better than this?
What a great throw.
Wow.
What a great throw. You see the sideline celebration with Kelly, and Kelly does a great job because, again, we were saying they're playing in here. There's lights. You're looking up into lights. I mean, she didn't get thrown off by that. So that ends up being a 32-yard touchdown pass, a 4-play, 66-yard drive that took 8 plays, and, again, 40 it was 8 to 47 from 32 yards out, or excuse me, 6 to 47 from 42 yards out. All right,
I'd start checking it for magnets. No, I would. If I'm Tampa, I'm calling timeout. I'm checking it for magnets.
32-yard pass.
No way you're connecting this way legally.
All right, here goes Emily Smith for the extra point. Snaps there, holds there. Ooh, a lot of rush. Oh, picked up Johnson. She throws it. They're going for 2. Oh, just short on the throw to Soulard. Incomplete.
Killer
was a
instinct.
complete jailbreak, and heads up play by Johnson to pick it up and try to make something happen.
Yeah.
But that.
Well, they're well coached. They're showing their staff right now that they have not been asleep in meetings.
20-7, but who knows? That could end up being a big deal. Miss extra point. You hate to have it.
Look at this pro.
Let's look at
that pass
Congialdi
pro.
again.
Look at the pass pro. Fantastic. Coach Bugle will be smiling up above.
What a great way to get the end zone,
Well
too.
done. Yeah.
Congialdi, 3 touchdown passes already and 217 yards in the air.
Yeah.
Throwing the football today, and she's got 3 big touchdown passes.
The beauty of this is the playoffs. Don't leave your best at home. Bring it. Show off. And it's a long way from over.
Oh, there's a lot of football.
But to get to this right now, that's impressive.
Well, that's big, too, because Divas, with 1 minute and 2 seconds left in a half, the Divas get the ball to start the second half as well.
Oh, that's poison. Yeah.
But a 102 is a lot of time. I mean, the Inferno can do something with that. Deep in the middle is Ramos. Smith on the far side of the field. The near sideline, Joyce stands there. They all stand about the 20-yard line. Kelly's been enjoying kicking indoors, as has Emily Smith. Kelly, low, Squibber will bounce past Joyce. Joyce stops it with her hands. She's going forward. She's got the 25, maybe, pushed out of bounds. Excellent coverage by the Divas that time.
Great job. Didn't follow her blocks at all. She just did it her way.
Changed it up.
And that was not the right path. Good coverage.
Actually, I think they gave her, she was actually up towards the 30. So the Inferno will start at their own 30. First and 10. Just about a minute left in this opening half.
Yeah. You still got enough time to run your offense the way you like to. You're not forced out of anything yet, but you got to give your defense a break.
They got all 3 timeouts to the
Yes,
Inferno.
You're right.
So they're in a good spot. So
How do you retain all this information?
they're calling it 56 seconds left in the quarter, too. So 56 left.
A lot of celebrities out here. I just saw Road Warrior, one of the burgundy and gold staples.
How about that? Oh, we got a whistle. Timeout already burned by Tampa. You'd hate to see that coming out of the That was interesting. Maybe they want to look at the formation. Not sure what. There's some confusion with personnel or something, but. So Inferno will burn one of those 3 timeouts they have. Again, 56 to go.
Yeah, that wasn't the wisest thing they've done all afternoon.
So Concierge got the scoring started with a touchdown pass to Lois Cook earlier from 33 yards in the first quarter. Then in the second quarter, she hit Sienna Britt for a 42-yard touchdown pass just a few moments ago. The 32-yard touchdown pass to Christy Kelly. And the one Tampa touchdown comes off of a T. Roberts 1-yard score. So as the Divas were able to turn that forced fumble and recovery into 6 points because they missed the extra point. So Brady out of the shotgun. 2 receivers on each side. Roberts the lone back. Loading up. Far side of the field. And, through the hands of Stevenson. Stevenson had a chance at it.
Yeah, that missed opportunity there. That was a gimme.
Yeah, it looked like she had a real good chance there. Ball kind of hung up there. But Talia made a nice play. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Tampa trying to make something happen here before halftime with about 50 seconds to go.
50 seconds remaining in the quarter.
They do have 2 timeouts. Again, clock will stop if they get out of bounds. Stops to move the chains as well, briefly. So Roberts, the lone back again. Receivers on each side for Brady. Brady rolling to her right. Pressure by the Divas. Throws over here. Caught by Meg Joyce. Joyce, great play to cut up and gets out of bounds inside Divas territory. Meg Joyce, well done.
You're not lying about that. You can't let that happen.
Excellent route.
Divas, you just can't let that happen.
And turned it upfield, and presence of mind, obviously, to get out of bounds and get that first down. So Tampa Bay on the move here. Again, plenty of time left after the 18-yard pickup. 2 timeouts. Got half the field. Brady loading up. No, that's overthrown. Oh! So, Janiyah Davis, I think she just missed it. Just missed it.
Don't be hesitant. Pull the ripcord.
I think had Ching Johnson had a chance at it too. Looked like a couple of Divas could have come away with that one. Brady has not thrown an interception this season. She has been clean in that regard. But, boy, those were that one there had a chance. So 2nd and 10 coming up for the Divas, for the Inferno, inside Divas territory at the 49-yard line. Trailing 20-7 here. About 38 seconds to go in this opening half. And they do have a couple timeouts left. Handoff to Rutland, going left, got some room. Turns the corner, breaks a tackle, and finally taken down after getting the first down at the 30-yard line. And they're not going to call timeout. They're just going to stop the clock as they move the chains. But now we have an injury. So Taylor's down on the ground. Excuse me, it was Taylor, not Rutland. Taylor with a big run, and she is hurt after the first down. So this will stop the clock. Another look here as Roberts is the fullback there, and there goes Taylor. Big hole. Sharp with maybe a touchdown-saving tackle. I don't know. She could have 19-yard run. Taylor came down funny. It looks like maybe on that rib.
Man, as many collisions we've seen tonight, it could be anybody at any time.
So
this is what I love about this league is that these women aren't shy.
No.
I mean, they'll tear you behind up. They're coming after you. And every level, every phase of football is pure.
1st and 10 from the 30 coming up for the Inferno. On the move here, trying to answer that Divas score before the end of this opening half. Again, we got a clock down here, so we're going to guess it's about 25 left in this opening half. The clock has now started. So quickly, it's Roberts, left side. Roberts, the head of steam. Runs through one tackle, taken down by Janiyah Davis, just right at the first down marker. Another 10-yard pickup at the 20-yard line. So Tampa is going to get quick on the ball with 17 seconds left. Quickly on the ball, back to pass Brady. trying to load up, throws it into the hands of the tight end and
Nice
out of bounds.
hands.
Excellent catch by
Nice hands.
Meg Etheridge, who will go down, the 18-yard line?
Yeah, that was
No, 13-yard line, excuse
all claws on that one. That was well done. This is why you know Tampa is resilient. They're a good football team. They've not lost their confidence. They're grinding, and this is the time you want to break their heart. If the Divas, somebody make a play.
I believe the announcer just said 9 seconds remaining. Timeout, Tampa. So Tampa will call timeout here with the second down coming up. That is their second timeout. So they still have one more timeout. And again, the ball sits about the 14-yard line. But you got to give Tampa credit. You see them huddle up there. As they could get 7 here before half, Doc. That would be huge momentum swing after giving up that fumble and then the Divas score before half.
No, you're absolutely right.
Really keep
This
the pressure.
game is not over.
No, you keep the pressure on Washington or the DC Divas here if you get a quick TD before half. So out of the timeout, Lori Johnson, the offensive coordinator over there, talking to that offense. Defensively, Willie Bennett and Alex Ruiz talking to the Divas defense. Divas fans chanting, "Let's go defense!" here on a 2nd and 4, after our first down play of 6 yards. Brady out of the shotgun, trips to her right. Roberts, the blown back. Now she sends Roberts in motion. Will they hand the ball off is the question. They do have a timeout to do that. Instead, they're going to go up towards the end zone, and falling down, the receiver Smith batted away. Excellent defense there.
Great play
by the Divas on the back end. And that was, of course, Ching Johnson, who is a
Johnson's active. She's got a good nose, good eyes rather for the ball, nose for the ball as well. It's about pressure though. Substantial rush. We see you in there, and that's what it's all about. You got to get pressure.
And that was the last play.
Cutts got it, yeah.
That was the last play of the quarter as they were going to Smith, but could not load up, could not bring it in. And great play by Johnson. And the Divas will take a 20-7 halftime lead into the locker room. They will also get the ball first coming out of the half. You see
how strenuous this has been.
You see the UFL's DC Defenders down there. They've won the championship. They got their trophy. They've been displaying out here at the St. James today. Let's take a timeout. We got halftime festivities ahead. We'll talk to you the third quarter coming up in a bit here from the St. James.
What does it mean to be a DC Diva? I can tell you what it's not. It's not about one player seeking all the glory or one player fighting to be an MVP. It's about a team fighting together. Women's tackle football is reserved for the resilient. This game is not for the weak. And if you haven't counted up the immense cost to be part of this sisterhood, don't even step foot on this field. You will hurt. You will feel real pain. And you will have to earn your keep. In the end, you know one simple fact. We will make it. So what does it mean to be a DC Diva? It means to play for the name on your chest and not on your back. And when you get that, you know you're part of something bigger. Football. Football is a man's game. Women aren't strong enough.
Fast enough. Good enough. Until one day, the script was rewritten.
A 30-second Super Bowl commercial now costs advertisers an average of $7 million. That's $233,333 per second.
If the top brands invested just 1 second into women's pro football, the impact would be huge. 1 second would cover the cost for an entire team for a whole season.
People ask why women's football is so important in our society, and it's because we're so diverse. Football brings together women of all backgrounds, all walks of life. It celebrates all body types. So there's representation out there for those little girls, every little girl out there who dreams of being an athlete.
Give us a second.
Give us a second.
Give us a second.
Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify or vilify them, but the only thing you can't do is ignore them, because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some see them as the crazy ones, we see genius. Because the women who are crazy enough to think that they can change the world are the ones who do.
My name is T. Roberts. I'm the fullback for the Tampa Bay Inferno. It's just to see women in like the NFL, coaching and referee standpoints, and see us in higher power positions like that. I think that it is now time for them to recognize that we do the same exact thing that the men do. We're no different than anybody else. We put blood, sweat, and tears on the field just like the men do. We wear the helmet, the shoulder pads, the cleats. And I think that the more we continue to push as women, we'll continue to grow the sport. Now the world is finally starting to recognize and realize that we're just as powerful as anybody else.
People ask me all the time, why do I play football? And the answer is simple. I like to hit people and not get in trouble for it. But the other reason, more importantly, is the bond that I share with my team. My teammates become my family, and that is something that I've been able to cherish throughout the years. Women athletes move mountains, and as powerful as we are and as powerful as we feel, one thing that we cannot avoid is life. Life happens, and we are not immune to bad days. I had my own personal struggle with a lot of bad days last year. I was dealing with depression. It was the first time I'd ever felt it, and I didn't even realize I was going through it half the time. But my mom died of cancer, and I was her caregiver for several months, and to see and feel and watch her transition was a very difficult experience. And then she died. And then I had to have a new journey and a new perspective in life. And I just want to encourage you and remind you that there is no one way to grieve. There is no one way to heal. And just because you are grieving or healing does not mean life stops happening. Sometimes life will hit you with one tackle. Other times it's a pile on. But just know that no matter who you are, where you are, no matter who I am, where I am, we all have to go through life. And so I'm right here with you. Lean in on those that you cherish, whether it be a team, your friends, your family. And if all else fails, let's go play football.
My name is Adrienne Smith. I am the inventor and founder of Blitz Champs. One day I was like, you know what? It would be great if I had a product that could help spread the love and joy and knowledge of football. And I thought, oh, what if it were like a card game, almost like the football version of Uno? I went to sleep, and the next morning I woke up and I had the idea for Blitz Champs. The biggest challenge was really getting the capital. It's something that minority companies face in this country all the time. I really had to just start working multiple jobs and use the majority of my savings to create prototypes for Blitz Champs and to get it to where we are today. The artwork that you see in the game, we've got all hues, we're representing all races, we're representing men, women, boys, and girls. Blitz Champs was a way for me to give that love, that passion that I have for football. I wanted other people to experience it. I wanted kids, I wanted adults, I wanted those who maybe could not play football at the highest level. I still wanted them to love the game, to learn the game, and experience what it feels like to be a champion.
Feeling pain? Know all of your options before surgery. The top physicians at Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine are leading the way in regenerative medicine. Take a new path to healing with non-surgical treatments and state-of-the-art orthopedic care. Patients are avoiding unnecessary surgeries every day at locations across the DMV. Find out what regenerative therapies can do for you and schedule your virtual or in-person consultation with Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine. Start your dynamic diagnosis and treatment plan now at rosm.org.
Do you have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steam Fair's Local 602.
One Life Fitness has something for everyone. From midday movers to sunset shakers. From powerful workouts to peaceful flows. From personal training to personal bests. Whatever your fitness journey, enjoy premium amenities with a supportive staff, all at an affordable price. That's why we're the best value in fitness. Go to onelifefitness.com to join today. One Life Fitness. Every journey welcome.
We are at Regenerative Orthopedics and Sports Medicine right now with Dr. Yokel. They are helping people get out of pain and avoid surgery when they can. And best of all, they work with major insurance companies. Dr. Yokel, thank you for having us today.
Absolutely.
I know a lot of your patients that you've already helped are watching right now, but let's
Sure.
talk about some of the people that you help every single day and what you're helping them with.
Absolutely. So I'm not a knee guy or a foot guy. I treat every single body part, from jaws to headaches to neck pain to shoulders to elbows to wrists to fingers, hips, knees, ankles, toes. It's all connected. Sometimes I'll treat more than one spot at a time. I think part of the allure of our strategy is not just saying this is the one issue. This issue became an issue because there was weakness here, there was compensation there. So a lot of time when we're doing these exams, we're finding that core issue that they came in for. I'm also finding the weakness that led to it and sending them to work on it, ideally with strengthening with a physical therapist, or maybe doing some of our treatments to more than one location in order to set that foundation in addition to causing the injury to feel better.
For people that are watching right now that maybe have been treating pain in other ways with shots, we hear that often. They go get a shot, they're good for a little bit, and then it gets bad again.
Right.
You guys are helping people avoid those shots.
Sure. So if you're just giving a shot to block that pain, or you're giving a shot to calm it down, are we really fixing it? You're just kind of putting a Band-Aid and kicking it down the road. And there's times for that. Sometimes you got to have a trip of a lifetime. You need to do what you need to do. But we really want to have an eye to the future and an eye towards strength and stability. I often tell my patients, I don't want to chase your pain when you have stuff all over. I want to chase your strength and stability, and that pain will get better. Trying to help them figure out what is causing the weakness that is causing that pain, using unique and cutting-edge options to try and help change the inflammation in the body, to help change the tension patterns of the body, can really make immediate and fast change for our patients. All of our treatments are done in the office. All of them are outpatient procedures where you're going to be back to major activity within a week or a few weeks. And so for a lot of patients, they don't have the time to spend weeks or months recovering from things. This needs to be part of their regular lifestyle, especially if we can avoid that.
Well, and to not have to go to a hospital, to not have to worry about surgery. When you have patients that come here that were maybe told by another doctor, yeah, we got to do surgery on that, and you say, no, I think we can treat it without. What's that reaction from them when they see they don't have to go through that lengthy process of surgery?
Often pretty excited, sometimes skeptical, always needing to have more information, right? And so one of the main things is we don't want people to walk out and say, I think you said that. I want to go over it with them. I want them to restate the plan to me, really making sure we're on the same page. And we want to make sure I'm doing it with the appropriate option. These days, we have a lot more options besides physical therapy, cortisone, and surgery. And if you don't fit in those boxes, typically you've been waiting for one of them to be appropriate. We have so many different options between loosening tension around nerve, between stimulating inflammation and healing, between loosening up muscle tension. And by doing these treatments and have a coordinated relationship with their other providers, their family doctor, their physical therapist, we can really treat that patient as a whole and get them back on track.
Well, and I love the mission here at ROSM. You really spend a lot of time with each patient, and that's something that in your past, that's something that's very important, that you actually sit down and really get to know the patient. Maybe people watching right now have gone in, it's in and out, like you said, they don't get a real answer, they don't get to ask the questions because the doctors are just moving through, but you get to spend time with the patients.
It really makes a difference. It really makes a difference in both outcomes, because we have a better idea of what we're treating and why, and the patient experience, to have an idea that, yeah, I think I do understand what I'm doing. So many times they leave the office saying, I think I just signed up for what? I have to show up where? We really want to walk through and make sure they're understanding not just our approach, but what's going on and what are the issues and what are their real options. I never present a patient with just one option. They want me to tell them the best option, I'm going to tell them my opinion. Always present an array of treatment options from least aggressive to most aggressive, why I think this option is right for them, what the next step might be if this works or doesn't work, and kind of what their alternatives are, whether it's me or somebody else, so they can have a complete vision of what that issue is, what their options are to fix it.
I know there are people watching right now that maybe have given up hope. They've put off surgery because they don't want to do the surgery, but they're still sitting there in pain.
Sure.
What's your message to them, and how do they get started with ROSM?
I think the main thing is just coming in and finding out all the options, right? We do accept all major insurances to come in and talk to me and help figure out these issues. We do telehealth visits online if you can't get in here, although really I want to see you and check it out and give you that better understanding. We have locations all around town. All of our physicians and physician assistants are specifically trained with ultrasound. Many of us teach nationally, teaching these treatments to other doctors throughout the community and constantly staying up to date on the new advances in our field.
And you may have a surgery scheduled. Know all your options before that surgery and call ROSM today. Thank you so much, Dr. Yokel.
Back inside the St. James here in Springfield, Virginia, as the DC Divas lead it 20-7 over the Tampa Bay Inferno here. WFA playoff action. It's the semifinals. Scott Jackson and Rick Dr. Walker with you. Divas will get the ball first to start the second half. Doc, we said Amanda Congialdi was the one to watch before the game, and, we were correct. 217 yards in the air on 13 of 18 passing and 3 touchdowns for the Divas.
Well, she's better than advertised. And against stiff competition. I'm impressed with Tampa. Tampa could very easily be in this game, be tied up, but they aren't. And so now it's going to be who recovers. Because that was strenuous on both sides.
Yeah, there's Amanda's numbers, and a recipient of some of those pass plays has been Sienna Britt, who has led the Divas with 3 catches, 85 yards, including a 42-yard touchdown catch and run. So Sienna Britt off to an excellent start tonight for the Divas. And for the Divas, again, it's been mostly through the air here tonight. Obviously, the Inferno the other direction. They've been running the football. Problem is they've run into some issues with turnovers, and also penalties hurt them on one of their drives as well. They stalled out because they took a false start instead of having a 4th and short. It's a 4th and long. So Candace Brady, the quarterback, it will also kick it off. Deep to receive for the Divas at the 20-yard line is Sienna Britt and Ching Johnson, both back there. Both teams have actually covered kicks very well here tonight. The Inferno with the red and black helmets going right to left this half to start it off, down 20-7. Short kick. Little pooch is taken by Britt at the 25 for the Divas, up to the 30. She's got a little space, breaks the tackle, 40, 45, inside to Inferno territory. Excellent job by Sienna Britt, taking all the way up to the 49. So I spoke too soon on the coverage part of this, but a really good return.
Playmaker. Now, Britt, I mean, that's just a playmaker showing you how dangerous she is.
Running through an arm tackle coming right out of the halftime.
Got to respect
right here.
Got some help from her friends.
Another one here, another tackle, and then kept riding along. Good job by Ashley Norris to drag her down at the. They're going to call it the 50, so they didn't quite give her the 49. So Divas getting a player in late. Harmony Buckman coming in late. So trips here to the near side. Now make that 4 wide, make it 5 wide for Congialdi, who empties the backfield. She's got 4 here to the near side, 1 to the far. Back to pass. Over the middle, she's got Buckman. Oh, through her hands, incomplete. As Congialdi tried to fit it in there, Buckman couldn't bring it in.
Yeah, tight window. We've seen her catch those kind of balls. We've seen that connection happen. Not a good start.
Yeah, that thing looked a little off from the jump when you have a player come in late and you have her moving out of the formation. Not sure where she's in the formation, and then obviously the incompletion there. So 2nd and 10 coming up. Again, Divas get the stop before half, keeping Tampa off the board. Now trying to pay that off with excellent field position. Buckman remains in the backfield to the right of Congialdi. Congialdi looking again towards Buckman. She's got it. Goes over Howell. Her own player was on the ground, but she gets stopped maybe after a 6-yard pickup. So a good pickup on 2nd down to bring up a 3rd and manageable. Called a 3rd and 4.
Yeah, you don't want to bring another defender to the territory when the ball is hot. Big 3rd down.
And you got to imagine, too, with the way the Divas play things, unless they go backwards here, they're going to keep this offense in the field. They can probably get 2 cracks at that 4 yards. With that in mind, Buckman, maybe sneak a run in here if you know you're going to go for it on 4th. To get trips to the left of Congialdi. Bianca White here on the near side, the lone receiver.
Kenya, so he would be probably uncovered.
Snap. Give Buckman. And she might get a couple of the 4 she needs, but it's going to bring him a 4th and 2. Called 2.5 for the Divas. Need to get to the 41-yard line to continue this drive. And now they're going to go with Carrie Hall coming in at fullback and Whitney Sims as a tailback. So they're going to have the jumbo formation here.
Yeah.
And Congialdi. They might go keep this in the ground. Of course, Congialdi not afraid to sneak it at anything from 2 on in. So this is about 2
with her,
yards.
you always have run option.
Yeah. Again, the push, too, because we saw it last time in a 4th short.
They're big, man.
They got a big backfield here. So 4th down, Congialdi. Instead, she gives it to Sims. Sims going straight ahead. She's got the first down and a little bit more. Sims pushes through. 1st and 10, Divas.
Oh, that's being disrespectful. When you just know back in the Stone Ages, like a cross buck. And they just decided that we're just better than you are right in the gut. Watch him come off the ball. See the cross buck? They come right through. That is wide. That's gaping. Come on, Tampa. You're better than that. I mean, that was stealing.
So Sims gets the Divas inside the 36-yard line of the Tampa Inferno.
It's a great call.
2 receivers each side. Sims stays in. Another give to Sims. This time she's going to try the right side. Takes a tackler on and pushes forward. Maybe gets a yard. Yeah, they'll give her a yard. So 2nd and 9 coming up.
Boy, that's just disrespectful. That is just saying, you know what? We can do whatever we want to do with you whenever we feel like it.
Well, they go crazy with the pass in the first half. Now they come out in the second half. They're trying to grind it out on you. It's interesting.
Yeah. Well, if they can pull it off.
So 2nd and 9 for the Divas in Tampa territory. Early part of this 3rd quarter, Divas on top 20-7. Trying to add to that lead here. Congialdi loading up. Got a little pressure, and now she's rolling to her left. There's pressure on her, and now she has to throw it away. So
That's smart.
It was a really good pass pressure this time from Carrera 91 and 93. Alex Houston, who leads the team with 5 sacks. Been kind of quiet tonight, but not that time.
No, you're right. I mean, it's 20-7, but it's still, in my mind, a close game. And you want to be able to flex. And by flexing, that is put 7 on the board. And I guarantee you, this game will have changed drastically.
We'll certainly get this crowd awake from their halftime snacks. So 3rd and 9 coming up. Empty in the backfield. Congialdi trying to load up. She's got a receiver wide open. Oh, through the hands of Bianca White. Oh, that could have been 6. She threw it to the open receiver, but 4th and 9. The Divas offense will stay on the field.
We have seen these things before. You feel it? It's 20-7. Don't mean a thing.
Yep.
You mess around here and give Tampa an opportunity to get a 2nd win, and we may come back to that drop opportunity.
Congialdi saw her the whole way. Oh, it was almost too open.
Yeah, that happens. All been there.
It was her first attempt of the game, also 3rd quarter.
If you haven't dropped one, it's because you haven't played.
So trips to the left of Congialdi in a stack formation.
Really bold.
Buckman here in the backfield. 4th and 9. They're going to empty the backfield. Congialdi in the 4th and 9. Going for all of it. To Cook, what a great catch. 1st and 10, Divas. Cook had to adjust, and that ball caught her almost. What a great job. She Velcroed that thing.
Yeah, and you know what? That's clutch. That was a clutch catch, clutch situation, and you just kept hope alive.
Clutch
for
Cook.
the Divas, to pull this thing out.
That was a clutch Cook play right there. Congialdi,
Look,
18-yard pickup.
soft spot. Settle down.
Yeah.
And she settles right there. Secure the catch. Outstanding job.
Excellent play by Lois Cook to get the 1st and 10 in the 4th down conversion. Now Congialdi loading up again. This time just overthrows it incomplete. I think her and Navia Howe got crossed up on what they wanted to do there. Bring up 2nd and 10 as the Divas are inside the 20 of the Inferno here.
Yeah, they don't penalize you for throwing it in the stands. It's still safe.
Exactly. Just don't throw it into coverage in the other team.
I just don't get the feeling that this game is secure. And that's why on either side, you really want to handle your business, get in the end zone.
Yeah, you don't want to let them off the hook, and I kind of feel like the Inferno let the Divas off the hook there at the end of that half.
Oh, sure did.
And if they score there, it's a completely different feel at halftime, but if the Divas can just put one in here, then suddenly they're really probably out of the character a little bit. Caught there by Britt. Britt heading back upfield and gets about 5 yards, so does a good job to get a little something there. So it brings up a 3rd and call it 6 actually. So she got a 4-yard pickup. So 3rd and 6 coming up.
They're working on the clock. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But you need that scoreboard to tilt a little bit more before you can exhale.
Congialdi get another shotgun. Buckman, the lone back. 2 receivers each side. Johnson, the tight end, is in there in the right side slot. Give to Buckman. Buckman's got some room. She can get close to that yard marker. Did she get the first? They're going to put her right on the marker, and there's the referees call an official timeout. But they're going to go ahead and mark and go ahead and measure, or what are they doing? Now they're saying, moving now, 1st and 10. They're changing the marker. So 1st down, good run by Harmony Buckman.
Different game when you can't measure every play by yard marker.
So we're under 10 minutes left in this 3rd quarter. So Divas trying to take this opening drive in the 2nd half and score after they got a big stop, literally on the last play in the end zone of the opening half to keep the Inferno off the scoreboard before time expired.
And their O-line is doing a fine job.
So this 1st and goal-to-goal situation with the Divas from the 8. Low snap, throw, through the hands of Johnson, incomplete. One came in there hot. Johnson got her head around a little late, it looked like.
2nd down and goal.
2nd and goal coming up for the Divas. Again, you got to feel like everything's 4-down territory for this team.
Oh, I agree.
Now they got the bigger backfield in there with Hall as a fullback and Whitney Sims as the tailback. Now both will be next to Congialdi, who's in the shotgun.
That's T-bone and ribeye.
Straight ahead, it's Whitney Sims. Somebody missed a
That's
block.
up, yeah.
But she's still on her feet. Wow. Still moves it all the way to about the 2-yard line. I guess the 4 is where they put her down, 4-yard line. To see when she was stopped. But a 2-yard pickup out of nothing play.
If I'm on Tampa side now, I'm in the huddle telling my people, punch the ball out. They need to, the clock is not on their side. The clock's their enemy.
Yeah, the ball was hanging a little loose there.
Yeah. You got to think that way. I know it sounds criminal, but
no.
Hey.
Again, under 9 minutes here in this 3rd quarter. Same setup as last time. 2 receivers to the right, the 2 backs to the side of Congialdi here on 3rd down and goal. Give to Sims, and we got a false start by the Divas, so this will probably change the play call as the Divas will be set back 5 yards. So Sienna Britt's going to sprint in from the sideline.
They just refuse to do this the easy way.
Ball will come out of the game, so back to a single back formation after the penalty. 3rd and goal from, let's put the ball, I think the ball spotted at the 10-yard line. So 3rd and goal from the 10. Again, could be 4-down territory the way Ron Crimson playing this thing so far, deep in the territory, although very much in the field goal range now. But see how this 3rd down goes first. 3rd and goal for the Divas. Sims the low back to the right of Congialdi. 2 receivers each side. Congialdi back to pass under pressure. She's got to step up. She avoids the pressure. She's going to run as much as she can, and she's going to get down to maybe the 6-yard line. And doesn't look like you see the kicker coming out. So the Divas appear to be ready to go for it on 4th and goal for the 6.
I was waiting on a punch out. That ball being punched from behind. That's all I was thinking about. And this is one time where there was high hands to the face there.
It was.
They kind of got lucky on that one.
Carrera had a really good pass rush that caused that. And the blitz, I think, from Castro.
Burley, would have
really
been that would have been called because that was high hands to the face.
So Harmony Buckman now going to replace Whitney Sims here on this 4th down and goal from the 6. Divas trying to go for a big punch here in this 3rd quarter. Clock moving.
I like it.
Clock moving about under 7.5 now to go in the 3rd. Big moment here for this Tampa defense as well as the backfield empties. Back to pass. Congialdi got time, throws over the middle. Caught! Touchdown! Navia Howell. What a strike. That is 4 touchdown passes for Congialdi.
Go on with your bad self. That was gutsy.
And what
They
a strike,
tossed it, man.
What a strike to Hal, right on her. And Hal, great hands. Her first catch of the night's a big one.
But that's hard. Your first catch, that's a press catch. And now Tampa is going to start feeling tired and start arguing. Once you look up and the clock's not your friend, the scoreboard's not your friend, it's tough.
So Divas chasing that extra point now, going for 2 here. After that 15-play, 50-yard drive that ended with that 9-yard touchdown pass. Quick caught. Kelly, can she get there? Yes, she does. Kelly gets there from Caggioli, 28-7. Divas back on schedule with 7:05 left in this third, so suddenly a little bit of urgency being felt on that Tampa sideline.
Yeah, little scissors action on the outside. Very well executed. Good O-line. Here's the play before, right inside, right on the money. Dagger.
That was a beauty. You said a 2-point play. I mean, Kelly's got to beat that one DB on the corner. She does a great job doing it.
Shout out to my boy Buckhand.
Yeah. I think we have to pay him, don't we?
I don't mind paying Buck.
Do you Venmo him, or do you get him?
I don't mind paying
Buck probably does PayPal.
Buck's worth it. Yeah, I mean, he's PayPal. It's so fitting. It always has a place at some point in time in the game.
It is.
It's a time for Buck.
Yeah. I got one of the first runs of the Dagger T-shirts that he got made. So.
Oh, you got an original?
Oh yeah, I got one of the originals.
It's been around a long time.
Yeah,
I got a lot of originals.
All right.
Oh boy.
Let's see. Christy Kelly teeing it up. Back to receive. Ramos in the middle. Meg Joyce on the far side of the field. Goes right to Joyce, who bobbles it, picks it back up. She's got the 30. 35. Now she stutter steps. She's going to get wide here, trying to get further, but doesn't. She gets stacked up and taken down to the 35 by Ching Johnson. Big tackle in the open field for the Divas DB.
Good teams play good special teams. They go in concert.
So the Divas defense on the field after the offense took the opening drive in the second half right down the field.
8 up clock.
Yeah, 8 up a good
which
8
affects
minutes and
Tampa.
3 seconds. Yeah.
Tampa wants to run it.
Right. So we'll see if it gets them off of their script a little bit as they break the huddle here. First drive of the second half for this Tampa team. Candace Brady still at a quarterback with T. Roberts and Rutland in the backfield next to her. You got Ramos the far side and then the near side receiver here as well. Interesting formation going to Roberts. They're staying on schedule. Roberts, first down and more. 50 into the Divas territory down to the 40. Taken down finally after about a 30-yard pickup.
That's just downright disrespectful. They just came right out and shoved it right down the throat. And they're true to their personality. This is who they are. And go for it. I'm not mad at them at all. Matter of fact, I love this style of play.
They get a 24-yard pickup official.
Yeah.
What a great run.
Look at that. That's just walking the dog. I mean, they're putting you on skates and rolling you out the way. Well done.
Once again, same formation with Rutland and Roberts next to Brady. Brady out of the shotgun. Gives to Roberts. Why not? This time she tries the right side. Got plenty of room. First down and more. Breaks off a tackle. Steps forward. Bound. Oh, gets knocked down hard by Ching Johnson. But not after a 15-yard, making almost a 20-yard pickup in a first and 10.
Yeah, the Divas have to realize this film travels. Even if you win the game and move on, the next opponent is looking at this film. And they're questioning your heart defensively. You got to get off blocks. Like you hooked the Velcro. Get off the blocks, pursue the ball, full speed, play tackle football.
Excuse me, that was Arzu. Arzu who took her down after Ching Johnson held her up. So it was officially a 16-yard run. Rutland, the deep back this time in the formation. The fullback is, once again, Holmes. Pitch out, Rutland, left side. She's going to take it wide, cuts back, good running. Fumbles the football, though, and is picked up by the Divas. Ching Johnson, she could be making a house call. Ching is going to take it all the way for 6, and a Divas score. Wow.
Well, so much for my lecture. I mean, they punched the ball out. Oh, man, I was just about to hit the speakers to her. And they forced it out. They earned it. Good for them.
Unfortunately, on that play, the Divas, Nikita Bullock is on the field. They're working on her. They notice quickly the staff's out there checking her out. But let's watch this play again. Rutland turns the corner. Ball gets popped out like right here. Yep, popped out there. And then right into Johnson's hands. The worst person.
Time to transfer hands.
If you're the Inferno, to have the ball pop in their hands too. Because every time she touches the ball.
She gone. She gone. Except the only thing they could not afford to do. I appreciate the hustle. Nobody quit.
No.
For Tampa, they hustled.
88-yard touchdown, fumble return from Ching Johnson. We're talking about her, every game you got to say, hey, there's a chance if she gets the football in her hand, she's going to score. And sure enough, perfect opportunity, just pop right up there. I couldn't tell who the diva was that punched it out, but it was a really good play. As you said, maybe wrong,
she was
the
wrong
place.
Thought she was trying to change hands, and good teams, we've talked about it, punch the ball. I was saying that Tampa should have been doing it to Washington. To D.C. Punch the ball.
Yeah.
So they, D.C. did it.
So Bullock getting help up for 92. I don't know if it happened to the line of scrimmage or if it was part of the return when she got turned down. She was laying down at the Divas 20-yard line, but now walking off on her own, which is a great sign.
She's okay because she plays so hard.
All right, here's another look. Let's see if we can see who punched the ball out. So there's a 91. There's 91. And let's see, right around here is where the ball. I think she just lost it on her own.
Yeah, she was trying to trade hands, though. I think it was more pilot error.
Yeah.
Than a punch out.
In a crowd, I don't think anybody actually got it. But boy, Ching Johnson, the ball just, like Ed Reed, right? Like the ball always found him. Like she's that kind of player. The ball just kind of, it's a magnet or something. Every time a ball pops up, she gets it.
I don't know how many times you said that, but it's true.
Just crazy. It just turns on those jets. That's why she's such a terrific returner. We've seen her change fields in these returns and do some amazing stuff.
Yeah, she's a flat-out baller, no doubt about that.
Fun to watch.
Now when you play slugger football, it's tough now to see if you can come back from this type of deficit.
Yeah, it really is. Emily Smith on for the extra point for the Divas, trying to make it a 35-7 game with 5:04 to go here in the third. Things have turned quickly here in the second half. Straight through and good. The Inferno facing a big deficit here, 35-7, a 28-point deficit with 5:04 to go here in this third quarter. As the Divas have come out of the locker room, offense with a big drive and now the defense creating points of their own. But they have to get back on the field now.
Yeah, well, the Divas are talented enough to win as many games as they want to win. But they're going to have to focus in on the areas that they can be better at and address them and get after it because they have enough talent to ring the big bell in this one.
Emergency HVAC problem? Don't sweat it. HVAC911.com connects you with licensed, trusted professionals fast, whether it's heating, cooling, or refrigeration. We've got you covered 24/7. Visit HVAC911.com to get the job done right. All right, Divas ready to tee it up. Christy Kelly will do it. Well, this is a good test because if you get the team you think is going to be on the other side, Pittsburgh, you're going to have to be able to stop the run. Meg Joyce, nope. Make that. Ramos takes it straight ahead. She's got the 30. Taken down at the 40-yard line. Divas with some good coverage there. It's Amaya King with the stop. So we'll again be interested to see what kind of approach the Inferno take here, down 4 scores now with just 4:57 to go here in the third.
Yeah, well, I've been here, and what you got to do is just get 7 and do it one possession at a time, one series at a time, because it's overwhelming. And the clock is your enemy.
Pittsburgh, I think, would be waiting on the other side of the Divas can close this out.
Well, you knew that.
They're up 34-0. It goes back to what you're saying about stopping the run. Your opponents are watching because that's what you know what you have to do against Pittsburgh. You got to set the edge. You got to stop the run. They did a great job of that up in Pittsburgh, but not so much at home, which was funny. So they got to go back to the place where they got one of the biggest wins of the season. Good run there from Roberts. So looks like Tampa's choosing to stick to the identity.
And all the football you've done, when has it never been that way?
Right.
Teams that run the well and stop the run play longer than others.
When the line of scrimmage, I think that team in Philadelphia did that pretty well this year.
Yeah. Can't wait to see them this year.
We're going to have to wait, actually.
Yeah.
Till December.
Oh, don't get me started on that. Not ignorant. But I understand it's for money.
Here goes T. Roberts straight ahead, pushing towards the first down marker, and she's got it and a little bit more as that will move the chains for the Inferno. So Tampa's not panicking here. Like you said, you just get the 7 and then play from there.
Make it 35-14. Give your defense a break and then go over there and look at them, give them a real ugly look and tell them to go out and earn their checks.
So Brady checking on the sideline. Actually, they're going to mark that a yard short. So 3rd and 1 coming up. Roberts now is the fullback with.
Oh, they can pop the bubble now. They prefer it this way.
Pitch out. Coming here near side and first down and more. And that was a strong run from Taylor.
Yeah, possession work. Stop the clock. Get closer. Key, you stop that clock. They got to start thinking about it for a moment. I don't know what time they start running no huddle.
Yeah.
Why are you in a huddle?
They're actually running for the sideline these plays too.
Yeah.
So again, I don't know if the clock on the field is actually official at this point because I didn't pause it. Yeah.
That is true.
The clock on the scoreboard. But for now, we're going to go with it. Brady out of the shotgun with Roberts to her right. Back to pass Brady. She's going to load up. Caught by the tight end. Turns the corner. Boom. Big collision there by Diggs. Ray Diggs coming up and making the hit on, I believe that was Travian Mason.
Yeah, hello.
First catch of the game. Number 81.
Boy, that was right in your face, right in your grill. Call that one of them grill hits. That's the fun about tackle football. You know, you like to hit, you want to be hit, and now you get a flush one, and that she was undermanned, if you will, and didn't hesitate.
Diggs came in there with some authority, right?
Yeah, not everybody can do that.
Catch by Mason, though. Now out of the shotgun again. Brady back to pass.
That's offside.
And over and caught by Ramos. Good tackle there by Stevenson to take her down shy of the 20-yard line of the Divas. So a 1st and 10 for the Inferno on the move here as we're coming to the 2-minute mark of this 3rd quarter. Obviously, Tampa Bay's got some work to do down by the 4 touchdowns right now.
That was a good jump and time. He got across the line. Good pass pro, good throw, good catch. They're doing good things. They're simply just going to run out of time if they keep going back to this huddle.
You said it'd be interesting if they get the first one on the board here on this drive to put the pressure on the Divas.
Why are you in this huddle?
Put the pressure on the Divas, and then maybe you take a chance on special teams and onside. Here you go. Roberts going left side. No, backed up, but she's still on her feet.
Got to get out of bounds.
Running out of real estate and pushed out of bounds. Nicely done by Van Voorhees.
You're fighting 2 opponents now. The opponent and time.
Yep.
You got 2 people coming after you. You better start acting like it.
So loss of 2. Van Voorhees with a really nice job. Haley coming over there and taking on a much bigger player. But knocks him back 2 yards. And again, clock is still running at this point. With Brady now coming out under center. I formation, Roberts and Rutland. Roberts and Taylor, Taylor going right. Taylor gets a block. Does get stopped, though, there. Maybe after a pickup of 3 yards. Not a lot there as King did a really good job taking her down.
Yeah, good job. And also see my first phases of seeing a fatigue for Tampa. Hands on the hips.
Yep.
You see, they're starting to show you right now. Now, if you are Divas, you see this. Your opponent is tiring. Now you're putting more pressure on. I'd send people now. I'd turn up the volume now.
3rd and 9. I don't know if Tampa's even going to let another play run. They might let this clock. No, they're going to try to hurry up now. I don't know if they're paying attention or not. Brady.
Body language is poor.
Out of the shotgun. And that's it. Now the clock is official, so that's the end of the quarter. So the fourth quarter will start with the Inferno facing a 3rd and 9.
They're gassed. I'm telling you. They needed that. Maybe that's why they were slowing down.
Get another look at that pass play from Mason and the big hit from Diggs as we are headed to the fourth quarter here at the St. James. The Divas on top by the score of 35-7. Don't go anywhere. We got the fourth quarter straight ahead here. You're watching Divas YouTube.
Do you have an air conditioning emergency? If so, you need HVAC 911. Call 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The most skilled and experienced HVAC technicians in the DMV are only a call away. 301-939-0499 or visit HVAC911.com/EC for service 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Brought to you by Steamfitters Local 602.
Roberts on the 3rd and long, going nowhere. Take it down behind the line of scrimmage, but a face mask on the Divas, I think, is going to give him a free first down as Jenkins had taken her down after a big loss of about 9. But I think grabbed the face mask in the process, and that should give the Inferno a first. But let's wait for the call from the official. Hit to the helmet, they're going to call it, from Terry Jones, the referee. So 1st and 10 coming up for the Inferno. So big penalty there and a break. They needed one because that was going nowhere. And clearly,
you should hit that one in the head.
They are not a team that wants to be in 3rd or 4th and longs. Instead, they get the ball spotted all the way at the Divas 10-yard line. So first and let's see if it's the 10 or the 11. It looks like maybe the 11. So they can't get a first down? Yeah, can't get a first down. So it's 1st and 10 from the 11. In the backfield is Holmes with Brady. 2 receivers each side. Back to pass. Brady's going to roll right. Going to quickly throw it here. Caught, no, incomplete. Short of Meg Joyce.
Game by a break, man, because they are going up against now an undefeated opponent, and that is Father Time. That time is ticking away, and they're still, they're just. I don't see a sense of urgency.
Yeah, it's trying to be very precise, getting everything in, and they just don't appear to have that gear right now.
Yeah, so that's what I said, stick and focus.
I mean, you want to score here first and foremost. You want to get the points, but then you really got to create another opportunity quickly. You got to go onside. You got to do a squib kick or something to try to catch the Divas offside.
The Divas can start, playing other personnel and start getting ready for next week.
Appears to be another Pittsburgh showdown. Okay, Brady give to Roberts. Nowhere to go.
Oh, wow, what a play.
What good defense there by the Divas, and that was Diggs coming flying in there. Diggs has had a few hits in this series.
Love it. Fundamentally sound. You want to send a message, to Pittsburgh. Let's not kid ourselves. Yes, you can't block. That was a lookout block. And I know she had good intentions. Look out. And they got to. And what are you going to do about it? Nothing much. You played well today, but that play was not your play.
So 3rd and 12 coming up. Brady will have again Roberts to her right and Holmes to her left. Near side receivers, Meg Joyce. Far side receivers, Ramos. Play action, trying to go over the middle, but it's taken away from her, so she's going to scramble for it. Now she stops, throws, and incomplete.
Good idea.
Excellent defense by the Divas. They were trying to go over the middle. They read it the whole way, and then they took away her running lane. And now it's a 4th and 12. Divas defense has come up a few times in this game when their backs were deep in their own territory.
You're right.
Had 2 stops, and of course the fumble recovery went for 6. Trying to make a play here.
Yeah, they earned my respect going up against this vaunted run game, and they didn't stutter. I mean, they came after it in attack mode.
They're going to choose to kick the field goal, or attempt the field goal. Brady with Baker holding. And I guess in theory, you know, if you're going to come back, you're going to need a field goal at some point to take the lead. But, wow, I don't know. And they're getting on late.
Well, we saw when they ran out of gas.
Yeah, 24-yard attempt.
Completely, I mean, it's just shot.
24-yard good kick. Drills it. Brady, quarterback and kicker. So 35-10. Again, you just got to chip at it. Again, probably would suspect some type of onside or squib or drive
man,
kick.
You got to anticipate the best for yourself. They put themselves in a position.
So 35-10, Divas on top here, 13:27 to go. Steamfitter 602, from hospitals to data centers. Steamfitter 602 keeps the DMV powered, heated, and running strong. Their highly skilled tradespeople build and maintain the systems that keep life moving. Earn great pay, top benefits, and lifelong security. Whether you're starting fresh or looking for a change, Steamfitter 602 offers world-class training and a career that lasts a lifetime. Ready for the next step? Visit steamfitters-602.org and build your future today. So that was an 11-play, 47-yard drive that ended with the Brady 23-yard field goal to make it a 35-10 game. So the Divas now, I would imagine, got to be on alert, Doc, with the it looks like some hands players out there. You got Howell up front. You've
your
got
vision and your brain are functioning at a high level.
Yeah,
you're right.
And you got Whitney Sims in the second level here. Some other players, all the players deep are used to touching the ball, like Struber, Cook, and Ching Johnson and Britt. We'll see what the plan of attack here is. And it's going to be a low driving kick, but no problem for Ching Johnson, who picks it up. Now she's got the 30. Head of steam, 35 to the 40, taken down there. So Divas will start 1st and 10 at their own 40-yard line with a 35-10 lead and 13:20 to go here.
Yeah, that was smart. I'd have done the same thing. Take a shot at it. Who knows? Now, these first couple plays are going to tell us a whole lot.
Yeah, if you're the Inferno, you're trying to create, like you said, a change of possession here, trying to knock the ball loose, do something. See what the formation is for the Divas. They go back to the bread and butter passing game, or do they try to
and how long before Gabby Johnson's at quarterback?
So Congialdi out of the shotgun. Struber to her left. The 2 receivers here on the near side. And the give is to Struber. No, keeping it is Congialdi. Going straight ahead, getting that shoulder low. Picks up about 4 on 1st and 10.
She gave it up?
Uh-oh,
did she give it up?
She says she's down.
Okay.
Yeah, the referee says she's down too.
Yeah. See, these guys, they're way smarter than I am. Because at this point, she'd probably be over there standing next to me. I'd be a wreck.
Well, I know this week they had a hard time getting any practice in with the weather. So maybe this is a chance to run some stuff to get ready for the playoffs. 12:30 to go. Clock's moving, 12:36, I should say. Struber going right side.
Oh, nice block.
Getting wide. She's got a good block. She's going to get that first down marker and a little bit more as she dives inside the 49 of the Inferno. So 1st and 10 Divas as Sarah Struber with a big burst.
Yeah, Akinyo Soye, what a block. Take some time, not holding. Big block. All the way on the outside. Great effort even beyond that by receivers. Everybody's involved. Good blocking teams win more games than teams that don't. It's a fact.
Yeah, Kenya Soe with an excellent perimeter block there.
This man,
she sure did.
Vicious.
She's just pile driving her. All right, here's the little flinch there. I think Hal went early. Yeah, Hal
and
went
that's
early.
what the third one today.
Yeah.
You know, see, this is why you have to be a jerk to really win. It's just not. I'm sorry, but it's because if you let anything seep in before the end of the season, this is what happens. I mean, I'd be a wreck over there right now because you have to overemphasize every little detail.
So Congialdi coming back in from the sideline with a play. 1st and 15 for the Divas. 2 receivers each side. Give to Struber. Straight ahead. She's got 6 yards. Yeah. So she got most of it back. Now they're going to give her 4.
Yeah.
That was a little unfair. Gets her to the 50.
She see a lot more of that ball.
2nd and 11.
You see, I'm sick. I'd already had Pittsburgh field playing in the locker room right now. Matter of fact, we might practice after the game.
Well, you got this beautiful facility. You might as well take advantage
of it.
Right.
You're
you know,
right.
It's an air conditioner and everything. I'm not sure Pittsburgh will have air conditioning for you next week.
Sick
But
like that, you know. It's the playoffs, man. You lose, you're done.
So Struber stay in the backfield with Congialdi. Give Struber right side. Good hold. Block. And she's going to be a little bit shy, but a good run there on 2nd down to make it a 3rd and we'll call it 6. 3rd and 6 coming up.
Yeah, man.
Maybe 5.
Follow your blocks. They will lead you to the pay dirt. Nice pull. They turn it up. We can turn up that intensity just a little bit when we turn that corner. And I think, she'll fill that out. That means she'll get it.
It's a 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Congialdi now with Hall and Struber in the backfield, and we're going to get a timeout. Ron Prim didn't like something he saw. I think the clock might have been getting deep, and he's going to bring him over. So 10:05 to go here in the 4th. Divas on top, 35-10. 35-10 the score. And Ron Prim with the timeout. Thank you to Beatty Management Company for today's game and broadcast partnership and their support of the DC Divas. Beatty owns, operates, and develops neighborhood and community shopping centers strategically located in the most desirable and productive markets throughout the greater Washington, D.C. and South Carolina markets. Thanks to Beatty. And saw earlier here today, Doc, I don't know if you saw it, the UFL championship trophy, DC Defenders. Congratulations.
You know
to them.
what?
Did you see them bringing the trophy? Yeah.
Polishing something. Now, I think Lord Stanley, I think the NHL's knocked out the park.
Yeah,
they have the best trophy. They celebrated the best
history,
way.
Yeah.
They've got everything. They dominated all of this. But that was nice. I saw it. I thought, is that it? So I can say I saw it.
That's right. So 3rd and 6 here for the Divas. Trips to the left, the Congialdi with Struber to her left. Now who goes in motion, leaves the backfield, so it's an empty formation. Congialdi back to pass. Looking to load up over the middle. Caught! Who else? Dana Blakey,
big
1st
play.
and 10. Just
Big
an easy
play.
pitch and catch on the slants.
Big play.
A lot of stuff going on pre-snap. Got the eyes moving, and then Dana Blakey just slides in there, an easy slant.
Now, know about the cup. They give out rings in the NHL?
They probably get them, yeah. I think they
but
eventually
don't
get
make
them.
a big thing of it. That cup, yeah, it's nice.
Well, that's always in the owners to buy the rings and do all that extravagance. Now the rings are really the sizes of like
Oh,
coffee
like
tables.
trophies, yeah. Yeah.
They're not like they're not rings anymore. They're the size. They're really brass knuckles.
Well, that's what we're pulling for the Divas to win.
That's
we
right.
know that Rich.
Oh, Rich will spare no expense.
He'll spare all. I mean, come
Oh,
on.
Cangioli fumbles the ball, and the keeper still loose. Uh-oh. And falling on at the Inferno. So, hold the reservations for Pittsburgh, maybe, for the Divas as turn it over here. Get a little sloppy as Jasmine Correa with a big return.
Correa run with that. Man, I wish
she did the smart thing. She just landed on it, right?
That big scoop and score.
So all of our eyes were taken that way, thinking Struber had it, right? And meanwhile, Cangioli kept it but lost it. Just ran into a brick wall, and they pop it out, and great job by Carrera to recover.
Yeah, she did a hell of a job. And this is what we're talking about. It's not over, and that's why I'm going, if I leave my people in, they have to perform, or I'd be better off taking them out.
So Candace Brady is out of the game now for the Infernos. They bring in Bailey Trapola, the backup quarterback, who's a little bit more of a thrower, and they're going to run it though. T. Roberts going left side. T is going to get strung out, maybe gets a couple of yards, but she falls out of bounds. The clock keeps moving though. So
the hard part is this. You know the score. You can fake yourself out all you want, but your body reacts because you're no longer afraid. You're so jacked up. You look up and see the score, you drop your guard, this is what happens. That's why I prefer you not even to be in the game.
It was an excellent play defensively.
It's a hell of a play.
By Tampa, yeah. Really
If
was.
she didn't drop the ball,
No, it was stripped out. Yeah, Etheridge.
stripped.
Yeah, Margaret Etheridge, Maggie Etheridge with the strip. Rapala back to pass. Whips it. Nice catch and throw to Ramos, who's going to be a little bit shy. Probably about 2 yards shy. So bring him a 3rd and 2.
Physical intentions out there on the edge. I like that.
But the Inferno's still fighting here. But they got to probably pick up the pace a little bit. Still, the clock is against them at this point with 8:10 in the clock rolling. Divas with this.
Stevenson's emphasized she's still playing.
4-score lead.
8 minutes to go. Not a clock.
Trapala gives it T. Roberts straight ahead. She's got the first and more, pushing down towards the Divas 35-yard line. Good first down, or excuse me, 3rd down carry to get a first down. So mark it at the 37, 1st and 10.
Roberts has been even better than advertised.
Yeah, she has not been the problem.
You can't tell what the score is. I should not be able to tell what the score is when I look at the game. By the level of intensity, I should not know what quarter we're in or not. If I'm looking at this as an evaluator, as a coach, that's what I'm looking for.
Trapala back to pass out of the shotgun. She's going to load up, coming on the near side to Mason. Mason's got it. Mason upfield gets shoestringed by Carrie Hall and taken down.
Tackle.
But a first down. And she would have run through some people.
My God, I looked up and I said, who is that, Roberts?
Treva Mason, she is a strong tight end. She would have run through some people, but good shoestring tackle by Hall to stop her at the 23. So 1st and 10, that's where the ball is with 6:50 to the clock, obviously moving here too fast if you're looking at it from the Inferno side. So Tampa Bay with Brady Drapala now in at quarterback. Got 4 wide, and the lone back is Holmes. Back to pass. Drapala going towards the end zone, and that's going to be incomplete, but I think we had contact, and we did. Janiyah Davis, silent, gets hit with the PI, I believe, on Meg Joyce. Officials, pass interference. That should be an automatic first down. It might be a 1st and goal, depending on where they say the contact was.
Oh, my God, that was assault battery.
Well, at this point, you don't want to get him in a quick one, right? So it's like
yeah.
So we'll mark it at the 10. So, yeah, I think it'll be 1st and goal from the 10. So an automatic first down, and now it's a 1st and goal to goal from the 10 for the Inferno. With 6:23 to go here in this 4th quarter, Divas with the 35-10 advantage. Roberts, the deep back, give. T. Roberts going right side through some tackles, and she gets down to the 2 to maybe the 3 yard. They're going to go to the 3 yard line. Not quite the 2. And Sharp was the one who brought her to the ground. Divas get some fresh defenders in there. Because you know this is going to be the Roberts. This is the Roberts end of the field.
Oh, my goodness, yes.
Why even overthink it? Under 6 minutes now left here in regulation. So Tampa trying to take advantage of that Congialdi fumble right around midfield. See if they can pay it off here. 5:45 to go. Trapala back to pass. She's rolling left, rolling, throws it out there. Oh, almost picked up by Stevenson. Whew.
Yeah, her timing was awful.
Yeah.
And that break was there. She should have thrown that ball. That was 6.
That was a dangerous throw.
She let her off the hook.
Giving Stevenson a hard time for not catching it.
Yeah, well, but the route, when she came out of her break, she was open there.
Yeah.
Ball should have been thrown, but that should have been pick 6.
The little pressure getting her to her left to get her off platform really
pick 6.
caused her some issues. So here we go. 3rd down. In from the 5. Goal to goal. Trapala's going to give it to Roberts. Roberts going left side. Can she get the corner? Stacked up and dropped short. Fumbles the football, but she was already down, I think, at the 1. So as we bring him a 4th and goal from the 1.
She was down.
Yeah. A good tackling again by Sharp. 21 has really put herself out there. And Jamaica Country Sharp, as they call her.
Yeah, the defense, they've stepped up, as always, well, today.
4th and goal. About the 1.5 line for the Inferno. The fans getting into it here at the St. James. The Divas defense imploring them to make some noise. Good practice, as you said, Doc, for next week. Give Roberts right side. She's got some blockers. She's not going to be denied this time. Touchdown for the Inferno, and makes it a 35-16 game with 4:47 to go.
Yeah, it's hard to hate. Roberts is such an exceptional talent, plays so hard that even if you're a rival, you have to respect it.
Yeah, I mean, averaging well over 6 yards a carry on the season, 6.5 almost, and then tonight I would imagine she's right around there and then some. And that her second touchdown with 4:47 left here. For Tampa, it's a little too late, but certainly not showing any give up. They came all this way. They're not here to just stop as Brady hits the extra point. That capped off what was an 8-play, 35-yard drive. Excuse me, 55-yard drive, 8-play, 55-yard drive that ended with the T. Roberts 2-yard touchdown run. So excellent job by the Inferno to pay off the turnover and get some points in this game. Cut the lead down to 18, but again, 4:47 to go. I imagine you got it. You have to go on sides here.
Yeah, if for nothing more than to run the rep for yourself.
Absolutely. So coming out, see if the Divas change up. They got pretty much the same group out there they normally do. The kickoff once again will be handled by number 57, Keo Blanchard. So Blanchard teeing it up. Or no, now Brady's going to come out. Okay, Candace Brady now comes out, the quarterback, kicker, extraordinaire, does a little bit of everything. She's going to tee it up for the Inferno. You got to think onside's coming here. Up front on that front line for the Divas, Hall, Howell, and Diggs have got to be ready. Those first three. They pick the lineman to go out. Why not? Smart play, and guess who recovers it? The Inferno recovers it. Yeah, they went right at. They didn't have the Divas did not have a hands team out there. They had their usual formation, and Jocelyn Williams, the one they picked on, and why not?
Well, that's a low IQ moment. I mean, if you got an onside kick, you got linemen on the front line, you deserve this.
Well, you say things people watch. If you're scouting, you look at those things.
Yeah, I mean, hey, man.
4:44 to go. Ball at the 50, and just shy of the 50 for the Inferno. So they get it back. Again, still need 3 scores here, but certainly making it more interesting if they can cash in here quickly.
The beauty, you tell your team, you get everything in life you earn. Tampa earned that.
Brady Drapala under center. Again, Roberts, the deep back. Pitch out Roberts coming here near side. He's got a bit of a convoy. Roberts turns the corner, gets taken down. On the bottom of that was King. And Roberts, though, picks up a good 7 yards on 1st and 10. Make that 8 yards.
Well, it's demoralizing. From a team standpoint, you're trying to keep your confidence high. You're going up against an opponent that might be on paper better than you are, and now you're doing this.
Drapala out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Stops, throws underneath to Mason. Mason turns the corner, 1st down, and still fighting for it, and finally taken down after a 7-yard pickup.
Boy, Mason, my goodness.
1st and 10 for the Inferno. 5 yards, they'll call it officially. 3:49 left here. Clock's moving.
Well, when you watch Roberts, it's contagious, it's infectious. Everybody thinks they can beat Jim Brown.
So Holmes is a lone back. Drapala now telling Mason to move closer. Drapala out of the shotgun. Back to pass. Got time loading up, going deep to Joyce. Underthrown, incomplete. And that will bring up 2nd and 10. Clock stops, so 3:16 left here.
Yeah, well, I think most coaches would prefer to see their defense out on the field than their offense if they're up.
Right.
And it's more than a 1-score game.
So Drapala coming out of off the sideline after getting the call. 3:16 to go. She's still got Holmes in the backfield. Trips here to the near side now. Far receiver on the top of the formation is Ivana Ramos. Quickly over to Joyce. Got a little bit of a block and going to fight through some of it, but not going to get very far. Maybe gets about a 5-6 yard pickup. They give her 5 on 2nd down, so that brings them a 3rd and 5. Clock still moving as she stays in bounds.
Well, that's sad because Mason was just out there as if somebody had morphed her into a position she didn't know why she was there. She didn't hit a dead man. She just standing out there.
You seem like a good setup, right? You got Mason up the head. Yeah. You got the big tight end there to clear the way for you.
But she didn't know why she was there. Man, if you're on this field, you have to go attack somebody.
So here we go. Drapala out of the shotgun. Rolling right. Looking to load up here to Joyce. Great catch.
Nice.
Oh, yeah, she got her feet in there. Another 1st down. Joyce has done some excellent work here on the sidelines. She's asking for a sub. And what a great catch.
Well, you have a whole offseason to rest up. When the bell throws, it's over. But she was nice. That was good.
Yeah, all she needed to do was get the 1 in there. Now she's going out of the game. So Candace Brady's in the game. So you got their 2 quarterbacks in here. Brady will play wide receiver and does play wide receiver for this team. At times, got 3 catches of the year and a touchdown. Now we're going to get a timeout on the field for the 2-minute timeout. So 2-minute timeout. Divas on their way to the next round of the playoffs. Last check, Pittsburgh was handling Mile High City. And the Divas and the Pittsburgh Passion have played twice this year, with each team winning on the other team's home field, which has been interesting. And the Divas have to go up to Pittsburgh for this 3rd meeting in a couple weeks. And if you'd have told me after the first meeting that we saw here, Doc, well, not here, but over at Annandale, the way the Passion pushed around the Divas, I didn't feel great about that second meeting, but the Divas really did a great job taking away a lot of the things the Passion do well in that second meeting.
A lot of talent out there on the field for both teams.
Of course, it'll be for the championship of the WFA. Can't ask for more than that. Been a good season for the Divas. They've had certainly a lot of highlights of this offense. This
That's
defense.
awesome. You can win it all in 2 games.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
And the defense has gotten better each week. Well, you win the WFA, and then there's
the WFA,
yeah, then there's more from there. All right, here we go. After the 2-minute timeout, 1st and 10 at the 24-yard line of the Divas. It's the Inferno and backup quarterback Brady Drapala in the ball game. Back to pass. Bailey Drapala, excuse me. Over the middle. Oh, overthrown Ramos. Janiah Davis jumped that route hoping to pick it off. But
don't blame
Bailey Drapala a little high on the throw. Get another look here. Bailey
Pretty
Drapala.
decent throw, yeah. Looked away, off.
A little high.
Yeah.
So we got a timeout. We got a player on the field for that's Janiah Davis. We just saw him involved in that play. But she's cramping up, but she just took a quick seat. Yes. She pointed to her right side of her ribs. Might be a cramp, or maybe she pulled something trying to make that play. Trying to lift her arm.
I think you called it.
Yeah, you don't want to see that late in these games like this. It's been a long season, you know.
Yeah.
For the last,
Well, it is.
Been going since April, hard, and the summer is tough. I mean, it's conditions these players play in, and, they have jobs on top of that. It's not.
25 minutes ago, I wouldn't even suspect it. Starters would be in the game by now. That's what you give up.
Yeah.
When you don't handle your business.
True.
And put somebody away properly so you can work on your depth.
Davis getting up on her own and walk off. We're going to see some of that depth now. She has to take a seat.
Yeah.
So King comes back in. He's been playing quite a bit tonight.
Well, she's not doing this for attention.
No, she definitely.
She definitely got hurt. Something happened.
So 2nd and 10 coming up for Tampa Bay from the Divas 24-yard line. 35-17 game, 1:54 to go. 1:54 until the Divas are headed to the WFA championship. Thrown over here to Candace Brady, the quarterback. She slides down after doing the little juking as TJ Stevenson was all over that play. And we're going to get another Tampa timeout with just 1:41 left here. Inferno will put a little pressure on these Divas. They're not ready to concede yet. 1:41 left. Kind of similar to the last game these two teams played. The Divas jumped on them early, and then they were a little charitable. Some of the mistakes they made to let Tampa hang around, and Tampa responded, and the Divas would have to respond. But this one a little bit more manageable tonight with 1:41 to go, up by the 3 scores. But you start worrying about things like injuries. You're pointing out, Doc, if you get yourself in the position where you have your depth out there, you're not worried about players like Davis getting hurt. So 1:41 left here. And a big 3rd down coming up. Bailey Drapala. This time we'll have an I formation behind her. Back is going to be Taylor. Deep back. Taylor gets it. Going left side. Going to get stacked up and dropped over there at the 21-yard line. So that brings up a 4th down and about 7 coming up. We're going to call it a 4th and 6. Quickly to the line. Drapala with clock moving. Hitting the 1:15 mark now here in the 4th. Drapala back to pass, trying to convert this 4th down. There's a blitz, and she's dropped. Wow. And that'll do it for the Divas. They put an exclamation point on this one. Well done by Sharp. Boy, Sharp has been excellent tonight. They call her Country Sharp.
Well, he is country. That is neck bone specialty there, brother. That was done right.
Jamaica Country Sharp. Let's take another look.
Looks like it's a delay Little thunder action. She comes right through, run through your topic, and then profile. I love it.
Excellent job by Sharp. So that's a 1st and 10 at their own 30 for the Divas. Got 1:04 to kill off the clock here before they can celebrate another matchup with the Pittsburgh Passion, this time in the WFA Championship. You know, it gets loud in this place. You see Amanda's actually trying to tell the crowd to settle down. She can't hear.
Yeah, I like this.
Congialdi out of the shotgun, give to Struber. Struber straight ahead. Big
Look out.
hole. She's got a first down, a little bit more.
Yeah.
On a 12-yard pickup, 1st and 10. So clock moving. Once the officials spot the ball, but not yet. There's a penalty. Illegal substitution for Tampa, but there's going to be a decline on play.
Yeah, I want to see it all lined up, you know, with yard markers and the whole 9 yards. Although the pitch didn't bother me.
Yeah.
No, it didn't bother me.
So clock under a minute now. Congialdi going to use as much time as she can before she takes this snap, and she'll take a knee. The victory formation, and that'll be the last snap of the game, is the Divas coming here tonight and get a playoff win over the Tampa Bay Inferno, 35-17. Amanda Congialdi celebrating. She was razor sharp tonight. And there goes the Gatorade on Ghost Marfel, the head coach. Great player, Hall of Fame player, and now coach looking for her first championship as the head coach, where they take on Pittsburgh.
Boy, that's awesome. That's why you do it. You do it for moments just like this.
Look at Ghost breaking them down. Huge win for the Divas. We got a lot of people to thank for this season and all the great work. Of course, Linecar production team, headed by Mark Prado.
Outstanding job.
Who showed up tonight in the air condition with us.
Well, you don't expect him to come when he's outdoors, do you? When it's in the hot. Of course, that's why he's the boss.
Thanks to him and all the crew here tonight and also throughout this season. Great job. Thanks to Rich Daniel, the Divas general manager, owner, and Mr. Everything.
Everything. Filmer, director.
Yeah, he makes it all happen.
Entrepreneur.
Yeah, he also films the games.
Yeah.
Thanks to Ron Prim, who's the general manager and the offensive coordinator, who's great with all the information leading up to these games. And thanks to Tampa Bay, by the way. They did a great job getting us ready this week. We appreciate them. And best of luck to them moving forward. We appreciate everything that they were able to give us this week, especially from their owner, Jen Moody, who's expecting her first baby. So congratulations to her. And again, the Inferno put up a good fight here tonight. But Divas are moving on to the championship, where they'll take on the Pittsburgh Passion. For Rick Doc Walker and our Linecar production team, Scott Jackson saying so long from the St. James here in Springfield. Next Divas game will be July 12th, and they take on the Pittsburgh Passion for the championship. Thanks for joining us this season here on Divas YouTube. Good night, everybody.